Oh, I just woke up. I'm awake. I think. I was just trying to make sure everything was all Gucci and hunky-dory before I fully loaded in his stuff. EP Nilla, yes! I actually have hot cocoa right next to me as well, so... I definitely have myself some caffeinated nonsense is what I have. Anyways. Good morning, I am sorry for, just getting stuff prepped and everything. I am, still tired. But yeah, we're gonna get started with this. I'm going to be very excited to continue on with this. I may need more coffee to fend off this stupid snow and freezing temps. How do you think I feel? Actually, no, I'm thinking about it. Browser. Chat, I'm gonna start officially adding ya. Cause why not? Take my shit back now! Everybody should feel the love of the snow. But in all seriousness, though, I hate it too. I woke up this morning. I had to start my car because it was freezing cold. I had to take Gilgamesh to work because otherwise it was 16 degrees outside. I did not want him to become a fucking popsicle. So yeah. Anyways, last time we left off, we actually got recently done with Arnav's side of things. And he finally... It was 75 yesterday. Was it today then, Lark? Anyways, last time we left off, we just finished with Arnav's storyline. And it actually involved certain things that happened in scenarios involving things. But yeah. I was also looking through all of this. Oh, Jesus Christ. I forgot about the Mockingbird relationship chart. So I was actually thinking about it, and I actually, well, accidentally was more like it, stumbled upon something that I actually noticed when I was actually watching Nico B's Let's Play. And that was one person in his comment section said there was a Mockingbird over on the Saiyan Mario, so I actually want to go and grab that real quick. So I think it's here? Resume. Tutorial, underwater gathering. I think it was Zombie Conversation 1. I was looking at the thing, but... Aha! Isn't this one of those Mockingbird stickers? Aha, good eye, Yuza, that's right. I found one stowed away on this very boat. By the way, that Mockingbird number 8, tit for tat, is a long-tailed tit. Apparently you're meant to read the characters behind him as Blizzard. Huh, I guess there's more to Mockingbirds than I thought. There we go. Alright, back to the story chart now that I have that. Tit for tat. I love that you can also hover over on these ones. There's so much chaos with the Mockingbirds. I freaking love them. Anyways. Back to what we were going back onward about. So, we have this scenario right here, which is sacrifice. We had the time to meet up, the curse and everything. And now we have these two, which is Descendant and Duty and Arriving on Kamashima. I feel like Descendant and Duty might actually be the better one, because then it would actually line up with what happened with this area right here, with the Ise Shima investigation with Arnav, with Yumiko. So let's see what happens over here. The Tame Tobacco, a treasure required to obtain immortality. Abi assumes that the descendant of Taishima, who Ikoma knows, has inherited it. He tries to scheme a way to meet them. Still appreciating the art style so much. Hello again, Arna Barnum's back on the scene. Allow me to summarize. As expected, Ikoma contacted us today, telling us we'd have to wait a little longer before we could meet the descendant. thus figuring he'd had no intention of letting us be hero anyway. We decided to use Cersei's ability to go looking for the descendant ourselves.
Who exactly are you talking to?
I'm merely setting the scene. Really feels like it raises the stakes now, makes it feel more like a thrilling adventure.
Sure, you got me all worked up. But I'm trying to concentrate, so could you please stop distracting me?
Oh, right. Sorry. Can I appreciate the fact that Arnav is like fourth wall breaking and everything with this shit? He's saying it in person just for shits and giggles, but us as the player, we're probably getting introduced by him. I love that so fucking much. This is the town of Mijaka in Toba City. The area is one of many of the areas renowned for its armadillos. Bird. Hey, bird. Bird. Nope, game's lagging. I don't know why it keeps on doing that, to be honest. Oh well. Any other surroundings I can actually look at? Aside from Cersei. Cersei is completely focused on dowsing right now. There are several types of dowsing techniques, but it seems like she's using a pendulum. It would seem that the necklace she wears can be used for such a purpose. The closer you get to the target, the stronger the pendulum swings. She seems focused, but it's not to interrupt her now. Cersei is using her dowsing ability to search for the descendant right now. What's that? Doesn't her dowsing only let us look for spiritual energy? And on top of that, doesn't she have to be familiar with the energy she's looking for? That's right! I was thinking the same thing. However, Cersei was perfectly prepared. Before parting with Ikoma yesterday, she asked him to hand the iron box to the descendant when he paid her a visit. She said the descendant ought to have it since it's so deeply connected to Taishima's history. Ikoma agreed on the matter and would apparently go through with it, so when he did hand it over, then the iron box with its massive amount of spiritual energy had fallen right into the lap of our target. Now, Cersei just has to use her dowsing to locate the box. At least that's the plan. However, her dowsing range is limited. Within the spiritual energy of the iron box possesses, its range is probably just 2 to 3 kilometers. So we have to narrow down the target area somewhat before starting our search. So, any idea where we might start looking for the descendant?
I think Mr. Ikoma said something about visiting her several times before she finally agreed to talk, didn't he?
He did, which would mean that she must live close enough for him to have paid her frequent visits.
Yes, exactly. So, I think it'd be best to start by searching the towns within Toba.
I see. But there are quite a few towns in the area, right?
About that, when we partied yesterday, Mr. Ikoma mentioned something else that struck with me. When he asked to meet the descendant, he said he'd probably drop by later anyway, since he also had to handle the matter with Miss Suma.
Ah, right, he did say that. So basically, he probably dropped by Blair since he also had to handle the matter with Miss Suma. The descendant. He said it like he would drop by while he was in the area, so they likely live close to one another.
Yes, I was thinking the same. Those towns with many alma divers are odd top candidates.
In my brain. So that means we should probably start by searching all the towns in Toba that are home to a lot of alma divers.
That's right. We can make our way up by searching along the coast for starters.
It'd be nice if we'd at least learn the descendant's name.
We might have a lead on that. Think of your research into the past of this place.
Alright, I believe the name was... What was the name of the Taishima survivor? Oh. Research! Here we go. Taishima or Lost Iron. know they're talking about Sumikawa, but let's see. Urashimataro, one of the box, as the box gifted to the Euphoria's protagonist by Otahine. Let's see, Ryugu, the mermaid's original home. 800-year immortal. That's not it. Somon Shorai. Think of your research into the past of this place. What was the name of the Taishima survivor? Fuck me, I actually don't even remember. I play this like once a week, so it's understandable that I would may or may not forget. See, Ise Bay, Sioux City, Kamashima Maru, Topasiba skeletons. Testimonies indicate that the individual in the sketch is represented Yuya Kipe Koma, missing 6 years ago. Connected to Heke. Summer Triangle. Hikaboshi. I think that was it. Ise Bay Hey Legends. Futamigura. Osato. Mermaids Yamikubi. Urashimataro. Ryugu, the Eternal World. Tomitobako. Nope. Somen Shorai? Iseshima, Somen Shorai. The Heke. Abbreviated genealogy of the Heke. Part of the Ise Taira clan. Taira no Tadamori. My brain's meal is starting to fry. Taira clan, Taira clan. Kusanagi no Tsurugi. Surviving members of the Taira clan, now degraded as fallen warriors, scatter across the country and leave their days in hiding, even to the same legend of the Taira clan survivors previous. Taira no Tadamori. Father of Taira no Kiyomori, an influential figure in the Heian period. Responsible for living against Ine, so Marachoto. Let's see. Nukemaru. Tadamori sword, heirloom. The mermaid of Betsuo. Tadamori was ring Betsuo in Ise province. 3 creatures with heads of humans, a lip of monkeys, and the teeth of bodies fish. Ningyo. Tadamori was unnerved by it. Cookie / Princess Hatsune. The Cookie clan pirates who became feudal lords. Kuki Yoshitaka. Sumitaka. Little more than Pueblo Lord died young, reportedly due to illness, just 2 years after the Honji incident. Princess Hatsune said to have been a woman of great beauty. The invasion of Taishima. Around 400 years ago. Okay, here's the information I think I have. 3 mermaids were said. So you do Sudamani to capture the mermaids and bring them back to him. Cookie, Sumitaka, Yoshitaka's nephew and head of the clan at the time, strongly opposed to his approaching Taishima, who had secretly been protecting. Sumitaka was the one who was protecting Taishima. Princess Hasune was living in the hiding of the Taishima, the reasons for that. Yoshitaka gave Sadamune to prepare a military invasion. Komatsu Samanude. See. Hayase captured her. Gave a final terrible cry, overflowing with resentment, ending her as she breathed her last. Sadamune ordered his men to take the flesh of her body, but as they moved to do so, a strange phenomenon began to occur. All soldiers who approached her body began to transform into fish. Hence the reason that she started having the curse. Sadamune gets on tremor wrecked the island, skies above. Taishima sank. Sacred land no longer Sadamune and his army. The only survivors of the tragedy were 2 mermaids and 2 islands. It was Somikawa. I was stupid. Okay. A man named Somikawa who actually was the sole survivor. So, it's Somekawa. Somekawa. Somikawa! That's what Taishima's survivor was called. If there are any descendants, then they may still bear the same name. I'm stupid.
That's right, it's another clue we can follow.
Took me forever and a fucking decade to actually, think on that. Oh, God. I am definitely going to need a sip of hot cocoa real quick. Good lord. Alright, back to gameplay. And so we ended up spending the morning traveling along the coast from one fishing town to another. This is the 4th town we searched so far. It's about time we actually find something. So, Cersei, what's the situation?
Wanna give it a try?
Really? Will it still work if it's me?
I'd still be holding the pendulum, but you can see for yourself if you like.
Got me intrigued! I'm in!
Alright, just like this. I'll hold the pendulum. Direct me to move in different directions to see where it reacts.
Very well, bring it on!
The pendulum won't respond right away, so the trick is to point it in one direction and wait a while. Once you find the spot where it reacts to the strongest, just shout that you figured it out.
Got it. When it comes to yelling, I'm your guy!
Alright. Let's see.
I love how much more interaction there is. Boy, that is a very big cloud above their head. Oh? Right above here. So it's much higher up. There! Right there!
Not quite. The reaction should be much stronger than that. It takes a little time for it to react, so if you move around too fast, it might be hard to notice. We'll be searching this place high and low for information.
So that's how it works. Got it. Like that?
You got it.
So that means it's somewhere up there.
Well, it may still be a little bit further out, but at least we figured out what direction to go.
I knew it was about time we hit the right spot. Alright, let's follow this thing and see where it leads.
Right. This is it. It's the apartment first back on this building's ground floor.
Got it. Hello? Anyone home?
Wow, you don't hesitate, huh?
We're here on behalf of Mr. Ikoma. No answer. Guess no one's home.
No, I can sense presence.
Hello? We'd like to talk about the iron box. What is it? Ah, you two. Avi and Circe, is it? So you're the ones who found that iron box?
Yes, that's right.
You know, I've never talked to foreigners before. I'm so nervous I can hardly think straight. Please, no need to be so tense, Miss Omikawa. I promise we're both harmless and cheerful. Right. So this is Miss Omikawa's home. Even with the lights on, it's strangely dark inside. Even though it's daytime, the shutters are kept tightly shut. You can hardly hear any noise from outside either. She may look calm on the surface, but I know she must be excited to peek inside a traditional Japanese home. Well, a wooden apartment like this is pretty old school. I can see why she'd be geeking out. So she is a descendant of the last Taishima survivor. The way she dresses make her look older, but I'd say she's probably around my age. Thought she'd be difficult to deal with, but now that we've actually met her, I'd say it's more like she's extremely cautious, the type to never let her guard down. I can't even begin to imagine the kind of life she'd had. Still, the fact that she's wearing a traditional clothing is actually quite charming. I've hardly seen anyone wearing traditional clothes since coming to Japan, which is a bit of a shock, to be honest. She was more willing to meet us than expected. The iron box proved more useful than I thought. Nice work, Circe. I'll treat you to more onigiri senpai later. Or senbei. Is it senbei or senpai? No, if it was senpai, then it would be ended with an AI, not an EI, so it would be senbei.
Just readjusting in my chair and also putting a blanket over my feet. My toes are cold. Cold toes! It's like 16, 17 degrees outside right now, I think. It sucks.
Alright. Allow me to emphasize what an honor it is to meet a descendant of Taishima. Who's to say it's even true? I suppose your family must have lived in this town for generations? Nah, I moved here a couple years back. Oh, what's that? That's got nothing to do with the two of you. Ah, fair enough. Then if you don't mind me asking, do you have any other family or relatives, Miss Omegawa? Why? Apologies, I was merely wondering if there are any other descendants. Don't know, but I'm probably the only one left. That too will come to an end soon enough. Oh, what do you mean by that? No more than what I said. So do you live here by yourself, Miss Omegawa? That's right. Alright. Where exactly did you come across the iron box? I followed this map that was in my family's possessions. Supposedly it was left behind by the Onmyoji who sealed away the curse of Taishima. A map, you say? It led us to the iron box. It must have been resting at the bottom of Ise Bay. Since it's such a valuable artifact deeply connected to Taishima's lost history, we felt we absolutely had to tell you about it, Miss Omegawa. Oh, yeah? If I may say so, I noticed your interest in the iron box. Could it be you've already knew of its existence? I didn't know it was an iron box, but I'd been told something still remained of the island. That makes sense. Speaking of that box, I don't suppose there was something inside? Yes, inside was a record detailing how Taishima was destroyed, along with information of the curse of the raging waves. A record? Oh, allow me to fill you in on the details. And that sums it up! Such a horrid man, wouldn't you say? Massacring the people of Taishima because he wanted to find a mermaid that bad. The grudges left behind the events cast Colossal into two separate curses, and ultimately Taishima was destroyed along with everything else. Oh, coalesced. That was the word. I'm sure it must be excruciating to hear the tale of how your ancestors' home was destroyed. But I believe the story should be passed down so people can learn of Taishima's true history. Wouldn't you agree? And that was all recorded in that box? And that was all that was left in that box? By the way, you may consider this a curious whims of a fantasy author, but would you be able to elucidate me on some of the stories that have been passed down in your family? Now I get it. You also came here because you want to ask about mermaids, eh? Alright, you got me there, it's true. But can you blame me? As a fantasy author, it is in my blood. If mermaids truly do exist, I must state my curiosity. I knew it. Whatever your motives, you're not getting the Tame Tobacco. I'm not falling for one of Ikoma's schemes. I'm not gonna share my family's legends of Taishima with just anyone. Did you just say that Ikoma is after the Tame Tobacco? Oh. So you didn't know. Well, he is. That's exactly why I hid it somewhere no one will ever find it. I see. Must be very precious to you then. Well, I'm relieved that the iron box has found its way to you then. So, was there a curse stone inside the iron box? A curse what? Don't play dumb. There must have been one. Well... So you already knew about it. There was indeed a cursed stone inside. That's what I thought. Then how about a trade? You two want the Tame Tobacco, don't you? Oh, a trade? Wait a minute, this is probably an entirely different ending. I didn't think we'd be going this far out. You certainly shook me when you said we had to take a boat off all of a sudden. To think the Tame Tobacco would be hidden at sea! What an incredible plot twist! My apologies. I guess that's just the writer in me coming through. This is all too thrilling. You sure can talk. Oh, believe it or not, I'm actually holding back. I can actually go on and on at great length once I get started. That wasn't praise. There's nowhere to run on an island, no matter where you go. Someone's always near. It's always too loud, grating on the ears. The sea, though. Once you get this far out, it's nice and quiet. Nothing but the sound of the waves. No talking, no irritation folk or commotion. Only fish swimming without a sound. This is fine. Stop the boat. Is there a bird on this boat? Bird? Bird? We're somewhere off the coast of Toba City, accompanied by only the sound of the waves and the cries of the seabird. Did she really hide the Tame Tobacco here, in a place with no landmarks whatsoever? What's that butterfly doing over there? And if it's at the bottom of the ocean here, how are we supposed to retrieve it? Miss Omikawa used to be an ama diver. Could she be planning to go down and get it herself? What the fuck is this butterfly? Oh, it's a Shikigami. Whoa! This is one of Cersei's abilities, a Shikigami. When someone's name is written on a piece of paper, she can make that paper fly towards that person. They're great for delivering messages of tracking down someone. I was pretty spooked the first time I saw it, but I've gotten used to it. Okay, fine, I did just go whoa, but not because I was actually surprised or anything. Is something wrong? It's nothing, don't mind me. I wonder if something happened to Cersei. I better read that note. Let's take a look. Ran into 2 suspicious people looking for Miss Omikawa. I dove them off for now, but be careful. Seems like something happened to Cersei's end. Better stay alert just in case, but I don't think I'd mention this to Miss Omikawa. It'd only shake her up. So that's how the interaction with Cersei in terms of fighting against Yumiko went. Okay. She looks so solemn. I wonder what's going through her mind. Not going to lie, I'm a little concerned she still hasn't told me the conditions of our trade. Will she ask me to trade her the Curse Stone? I've gone all the way out here in the middle of the sea on Miss Omikawa's request. This boat can only carry 2 people, so I've left Cersei to watch the shore. Given that Yukoma's after the Tame Tobacco as well, he might try to interfere if he learns of this. So Cersei is keeping an eye out to make sure he doesn't try to follow us. It's reassuring to have some backup. So someone has been tailing us all along. So will you tell me what you want to trade for the Tame Tobacco now? You've got the Forsaken Fish Cursed Stone with you, right? Sure do. Have a good look. The Forsaken Fish Cursed Stone. Looks like the real deal, alright. You want to trade the stone for the Tame Tobacco, right? I figured as much. Well, I'm fine with those terms. Let's do it. No. That ain't it. Oh? That ain't it? Does she want me to turn her into a fucking fish? Oh my fucking god, she wants me to use the curse on her. What? You know, I once had a sister. Her name was Mari Somikawa. Oh, wait. Wait. So Mari Somikawa, Yuza's mom, was a sibling? What the fuck? I thought she was Somikawa, but okay. You said you had a sister. Does that mean? Yes. She's gone. Died in an accident at sea about 5 years ago. I see. My condolences. So there actually was another descendant. You folks seem to be pinning your hopes on me just because I'm one of the descendants. But the one who actually inherited our duty wasn't me. It was my sister. Your duty? That's right. The duty of the Taishima bloodline. It's been passed down in our family for generations. Even more, our generation would be the one to handle the 400 years since the disaster. My grandpa always said that was particularly important. So there was a duty Taishima's descendants were meant to perform after 400 years. But I was young back then. I still had dreams of my own. I wanted no parts in some annoying duty, so I ran away from home the first chance I got. I pushed all that responsibility onto my sister, but I know I should have helped her. I see. So that's why your sister was the one who inherited that duty. This duty you mentioned, was it to break what remains of the curse of the raging waves?
I suppose they were connected, but lifting the curse would have been a step along the road, but it wasn't the goal.
Oh, really? Then what was it?
Well, it was to return the mermaid that was left behind in Ise Bay to Ryugu. That was the real duty of the Taishima bloodline.
Return a mermaid? So it's true! There really was a mermaid stuck in Ise Bay because she couldn't return to Ryugu.
That's right. Her name was Sobe.
Oh, she's come up in our research. So she was real after all.
You see, my sister that took on the family duty, it seems like she actually met Sobe herself.
She got to meet the mermaid?
After leaving my hometown and making a living as an Alma diver, I'd all but forgotten about the duty I'd left behind. I had no idea what our duty actually entailed. When I finally learned the truth, I was crushed by regret.
Regret? Why?
You know, ever since I was a little girl, I'd always been fascinated by mermaids.
Understandable.
I read The Little Mermaid so many times, the pages of the book had started to wear away. I would see them in my dreams over and over. Back then, I wanted nothing more than to become a mermaid. It's what led me to become an Alma diver in the first place. But the true nature of the family duty is only revealed to the one who inherits it.
I see. What bitter irony. Well, couldn't you meet the mermaid after you learned the truth?
My sister took pity on me and attempted to call her to meet me once in secret. My sister Mari even shared some of the things the mermaid had told her. But you know, Sobe was a cautious mermaid who never truly opened her heart to anyone but my sister. Me, on the other hand, she avoided. I was never even allowed such a glimpse.
Quite the bitter outcome.
Mari and the mermaid had grown close as friends. They trusted each other. They were inseparable. But she never once showed herself to anyone other than my sister, not even to a close relative like myself.
So she hid herself away for 400 years. Was such caution really necessary? Your sister must have been an incredible person to earn the mermaid's trust. Though I can only imagine how hard it must have been to be rejected by an existence you so deeply admired and longed to meet.
Mari moved to Kamashima to be closer to Ryugu, all for the mermaid's sake. Then one day she got married and changed her name to Mari Minakuchi. She seemed so happy.
So she got married on Kamashima.
I was so jealous I couldn't think straight, and ended up lashing out pretty badly. In an attempt to destroy my sister's relationship with the mermaid, I grabbed our family heirloom and ran off.
Ah, the infamous Tama Tobacco, yes?
Yeah. The mermaid was supposed to take it back to Ryugu, so our family had carefully kept it for centuries. And so, the years went by. Then, 5 years ago, I heard that Mari had died in an accident. That's why I came back to Toba. I thought that maybe this meant the duty would be passed on to me.
Of course.
But by then, our parents and all our relatives had already passed away. There was no one left who knew about our duty. There was nothing I could do. I didn't know such a thing. Not where the mermaid was, nor how to call her. I'd given up. But while I was digging around, that Manikoma found out I was a descendant of Taishima. You see, I was struggling to get by. I'd sold the information my sister had told me about the mermaid. Back then, I was making a living by giving folks a glimpse of the Tama Tobacco for a ridiculous price.
And that brings us to the present, I suppose. In other words, since her sister died in that accident, your family's duty was never fulfilled. And now you want us to go find the mermaid for you.
That ain't it.
Dang.
I guess it must have been about 3 months ago. I was wandering the coast alone when the mermaid Sobe appeared before me.
Oh, you finally got to meet her.
She told me this. The seal on Ryugu's gateway has been lifted, so I will be returning. Your sister has done a great deal for me. I now ask you to return the Tama Tobacco.
Wait, what? The seal was lifted? Ah, is that perhaps why the Curse of the Raging Waves became active again? So what about the Tame Tobacco? Did you return it to the mermaid? I was so overcome with emotion and excitement, I told her, I've hidden the relic. If you want it back, take me to Ryugu. You said what? Not being able to fulfill my duty had been weighing heavy on my heart. But in that moment, that pain was gone. On top of that, I figured the mermaid had come to fetch me. Being able to visit the land of the mermaids, there'd be no greater happiness than that. But Sobe simply told me it wasn't possible and she'd forfeit the relic. And with that, she was gone. Oh. So the mermaids has already returned to Ryugu then? Ever since then, all I felt is despair and regret. I'm completely empty inside. There's nothing left. My family's duty has been fulfilled. That's what I meant when I said it was all over. But then the Tame Tobacco still exists, doesn't it? Sure does, but even with such a fancy name, in the end it's just a grimy old box. I opened it once. I was hoping there'd be some elixir of eternal youth inside or something, but it was completely empty. I see. Even so, I'd still like to trade for it. Are you sure? I don't see why, but whatever. It's not like anything matters anymore. I'm just sick and tired of it all. Ah. In the end, I never did figure out what that Tame Tobacco really was. The mermaid forfeited it just like that, so maybe it never had any meaning to begin with. So, what do you want in return? I want to do whatever it takes to become a mermaid. Oh. So what I'm hearing is, she wants to be turned into a mermaid so dang badly, she's asking us specifically to curse her to turn into a mermaid. That's a twist I was not expecting. I'm not gonna lie. I had gotten so used to so many people in the Seven Mysteries of Honjo, specifically Shogooki, just going on a murder spree. I thought this was going to be another serial murderer. But no! This was actually just sad! Miss Somekawa, don't tell me. You want me to use the curse stone? Simply returning to the sea. That's my only wish. No, listen, there is nothing even remotely beautiful about the Curse of the Forsaken Fish. All it will do is turn you into some twisted half-fish monster, nothing but a grotesque imitation of a mermaid. I know. That's fine with me. This curse is the essence of that mermaid's power. I'm ready to offer up my life to her. But whatever you do, I'll just be drowning myself anyway. So you won't be dirtying your hands. All you have to do is use the curse. My wish will be granted and you would be doing me a kindness. That's all there is to it. Just hold on a minute, okay? This is just... The Tame Tobacco is hidden beneath the floorboards of my house. Please, do this for me. Miss Omikawa, wait! Oh, she's already gone. Will she come back up if I just wait long enough? Damn it, what now? What do I do? Should I grant her last wish? It's surely no worse than helplessly standing about as she drowns herself. Right. She was serious about this. She's been dreaming about mermaids ever since she was little. I know exactly how that feels. It may be a curse, but still, I will honor her wishes by unleashing the mermaid's power. It's how she wanted to go. I might be the only one who actually understands Miss Somikawa's feelings. If I don't act now, it'll be like denying her final hope and dream. Ah! Azusa Somikawa, female, Taishima descendant, 40 years old. A woman living in Toba, although she occasionally does work as an almadire, it is unclear who she is and where she came from. She apparently showed up in Toba about 5 years ago with nothing but a grubby wooden box to her name. She's been living here ever since. As Mari Minakuchi's younger sister, Azusa is also a descendant of the sole survivor of Taishima. Following the destruction of Taishima, the Somikawa line hid themselves away, living for generations in a small village within the city of Shima. The book The Little Mermaid was a constant fixture in the household, and a decision made so that the children of the family would grow up with a familiarity with mermaids, and Azusa read it repeatedly as she grew up, the tale fueling a forever admiration for mermaids within her. Upon realizing that she could never be a mermaid herself, she instead decided to become an almadiver, thinking it would at least allow her to swim freely through the sea like she so admired. Thus resolved, she left her hometown behind, leaving the family duty, nothing more than a troublesome burden to Azusa, to be handled by her elder sister alone. For all intents and purposes, it appeared that Azusa's wishes had been granted. However, upon returning home following her parents' death, she was taken aback to learn that the family duty inherited by Mari was in itself deeply connected to mermaids. Forgetting how she had pushed the duty onto Mari to follow her own desires, Azusa grew deeply resentful of her sister, accusing her of keeping the mermaid to herself and asserting her right to take up the family duty, but it was too late. Mari and the mermaid had already forged an unbreakable bond that no amount of words or deeds could undo. Following Mari's death, she was finally able to meet the being that had been enchanted for her so long. However, her desperate plea for the mermaid to take her back to Ryugu with her was met with staunch refusal, and the mermaid left shortly after, never to return. With her opportunity to fulfill the family duty gone and her chance at connecting with mermaids lost, Azuka sank into despondency, spending her days within an empty haze. Amidst the despair, the curse of the forsaken fish that appeared before her seemed to be a final chance to have her wish granted. Driven by regret over what she perceived as a life of wrong choices and consumed by her obsession, she threw herself into Ise Bay and surrendered herself to the curse, ultimately dying due to its effects. Her forms writhing in agony, brought on by her sudden transformation, bore no resemblance to the mermaid she had once so admired as a child. Yet it is said that the expression on her face when her body was discovered a day later in Futamigura seems somehow content. That is fucking depressing as shit, bruh. So if Mari's supposed to be the older sister, her Azusa is the younger one. Yeah. She's the younger one. So that means Mari Minakuchi was probably like a year or two older than Azusa, so... Sobe, unknown years old, one of the three mermaids who was said to have lived near Taishima about 400 years ago. She has since returned to her home, Ryugu. After that, we managed to quietly retrieve the tame tobacco from beneath the floor in Miss Somikawa's house. All that was left to secure the dream of immortality was to obtain mermaid flesh. Since Sobe had already returned to Ryugu, we placed our hopes on the last remaining mermaid, Nagame? But we had to act fast, otherwise Ikoma or even the Paranormal Affairs Bureau of Psychics would get in our way. It might have been the after effects of using the curse, but I got sick the next day and had to spend a full day bedridden at the end. How pathetic. Oh my god. That's when I heard the news that the two female divers had gone missing near Toba. The fact that I had been involved in both incidents made me feel even worse. When Cersei heard the news, she just mumbled something with an unreadable expression on her face. I had no choice, there was simply no other way. Or at least that's what I kept telling myself as I struggled to get out of bed. The next day, August 7th, we set out to gather more information on Nagame and the other mermaids. We traveled to Kamashima, the island where Mari Somikawa, or rather Mari Mitakuchi, used to live. And that's how they got introduced to Yuza and Azami. So this timeline is now starting to meet up specifically. Because these guys actually went to do their duty. Yumiko actually interacted with Cersei, and then these two actually went over to Kurishima. Kamishima, rather. So that's what happened. And then, arriving on Kamishima, that's where they actually meet up with the others. Arriving on Kamishima, Avi and Cersei finally arrive at Kamishima on the hunt for clues and will lead them to a real mermaid. Finally, after a long, arduous journey, we have arrived at the fabled island of Kamishima. Hey, are you alright? You don't look so good.
You mean you're completely fine? The whole area is literally oozing cursed energy. I didn't think it was so bad before. Is it getting stronger?
Can't you dispel curses?
Minor ones, sure, but this was on a whole other level.
I see. It might be best we don't stay here too long then. Let's just ask around as much as we can. When you feel like you've reached your limit, make sure to tell me, okay?
Got it. I'll do my best.
Alright, let's start by asking the locals about mermaid legends first. I'd like to ask around to see if anybody knew Mari Mitakuchi as well. That's the plan, let's move. And his entire storyline is now finally caught up with everything. So we're done with Arnav's point of view. We're done with Yumiko's point of view for now. Yuza still is in the process, but unfortunately we need more information from Sato's side in order to get Yuza's side. However, back then, prior to all of this, oh, the invasion of Taishima updated. The information must have been updated like down at the lower sections. Bronze mirror, wooden accessory. The fate of the mermaids. After Harukage sealed the entrance to Ryugu, the two remaining mermaids, Nagame and Sobe, were left unable to return home. Nagame, free-spirited by nature and yearning to explore the seas beyond Ryugu, seized the opportunity to travel the world, a journey that would span the next 400 years. Enamored by the idea of a fairy tale romance, she was said to have been enthused at the thought of finding her own tale of eternal love as she left. However, the more serious Sobe was deeply affected by Hayase's sacrifice. Mourning her loss and filled with longing to return home to Ryugu, she spent her days hidden in the depths of Ise Bay, weeping bitterly. So Nagame traveled. Sobe, basically did whatever. Sobe actually was, mourning her sister that entire time. Nagame, on the other hand, decided to wander around and became the tale of the wandering woman or something like that. It was the tale of Yabikuni. In a sense. Wait a minute. Osato lived in Kusawa village. 17. Flashman Mermaid was served as a village gathering. Yeah. Osato. Maybe I'm just misreading information. Let's see. Invasion of Taishima, and we scroll down a little bit more. The fate of the survivor islander. Somekawa, the sole survivor of Taishima Islander, saw Sobe's tears and vowed to protect her, promising to do all he could to ensure her return of Ryugu one day. The treasure the mermaids entrusted to him, Atame Tobacco, has been passed down through generations of the Somekawa family as proof of the oath being honored by his descendants 400 years later. So, Sobe went back to Ryugu, but Nagame is still wandering around on the island 400 years later. Huh. Alright, so his storyline is finally caught up with Yuza, as Yumiko is finally starting to catch up, but it's probably still connected with Sato. So let's do Sato's side. Sacrifice. Sato Shiranami, a mysterious girl with an unknown background who arrived on Kamashima several months ago, returns to home of Shinobu Wakamura, where she is staying after having been out all morning.
Oh, Mr. Wakamura, good morning.
Oh, Sato, you're back. Where have you been?
Oh, I've been helping out at Suyu's place.
And that thing you've got there. Did Suyu give you that?
Oh, this hand mirror? I just ran into Kikuko down the road. She gave it to me.
Fine. No matter. You got a moment? I got something important to discuss.
Oh, alright.
Bird? Bird, bird, bird. Is there a bird? Ooh, flag.
It's a flag featuring the island mascot Kamishimaru. They were made as original souvenirs for tourists of Kamishima. Seems that triangle pendant flags like this one are a classic souvenir as a tourist spot all over the country. This one was apparently put up by Kikuko, who just wouldn't take no for an answer.
Aha! I knew it! There was bird! Mockingbird number 10, so I got 12 out of 20. So let's see. Tit for tat. Cloak and plover. Oh, that's a good one. Alright.
It's the entrance to the house. People stop by every day whenever Mr. Wakamura's home. If someone needs help or wants some advice, they often come here to see the Wakamuras. Mr. Wakamura, the head of the family, and his son, Shotaro, are the only two actually living in this house right now. Oh, and me, I suppose. I'm just freeloading here. The family's main home has already moved over to the mainland, so everyone else lives over there. This house is only used when they're staying on the island. Mr. Wakamura only comes a few days a week, and Shotaro usually lives alone in Tokyo. So honestly, I've been here alone more often than not. This is where Mr. Wakamura grew up. Apparently it's been kept as much as it was, no major renovations. For someone in such a high position, the place really isn't all that fancy. It's not so different from many other homes on the island. People like that about him. It makes him feel more approachable.
Approachable my ass.
The Wakamuras have a lot of social obligations, so they usually eat out. That means the kitchen doesn't get much use these days. I'm probably the only one who uses it most. Even then, I don't cook anything fancy. I mostly just fillet fish. We get fresh seafood often, so I'm getting better at filleting by the day. Tastes so good. This is Shinobu Wakamura. He was kind enough to take me in when I was down here. He holds a bunch of posts both on and off the island, and from what I hear, he has a lot of influence. At first glance, he can look a bit intimidating. And I've also heard him shouting at subordinates over the phone, so, well, I guess he can actually be rather intimidating too. But with me, he's never been harsh. He's always very generous and patient.
Sato, it's been, what, about 3 months since you arrived?
Yes, that sounds about right.
You've gotten used to life here by now, as expected. I don't suppose you remember anything yet?
Amnesia.
No, nothing yet.
I have marshmallows in my cup. Oh.
Still unsure who you are, then. Let's think back a bit. Although, 3 months ago, the night of the earthquake, I happened to pass by the bay, where I found you washed up on the shore.
Right. I still can't remember how that came to be.
Scared me good, I'll tell you that. I grabbed the blanket and carried you back here right away. But even after you woke up, you didn't remember anything but your name. You didn't have any belongings either. It was like you had run from somewhere with nothing at all, not even clothes.
I'm so sorry you had to find me like that.
Not to mention that you didn't seem to know a thing about everyday life. Maybe you grew up way out in the hills or were overly sheltered. But you couldn't even put clothes on properly. You didn't know how to turn the lights on. Was as if you didn't know the first damn thing.
Yes, but since then I've watched loads of TV. I've learned so much. Honestly, I'm kind of impressed at how fast I managed to pick everything up.
Either way, I figured you were a special case, that there had to be the same special circumstances. So I decided to say you were a relative of mine and keep you here until you remembered something. Yeah, you still haven't remembered a thing.
That's right. I'm sorry for all the trouble.
So Sato has amnesia, but we all know the truth. The truth is that she is actually one of the mermaids from she's involving the story of Yaobikuni. Osata from Kusawa and Ano town of the Age district, of the Age district, became immortal after eating the flesh of a mermaid and went out to become Yaobikuni, a nun who lived for 800 years.
This is the first time he brought up that incident again. I wonder what he wants to talk about.
I was really hoping you have remembered something by now, but I'm running out of time. We need to move on.
Running out of time?
Sorry, Sato. There's something I need you to do.
Me? But I can hardly do anything right.
Yes, you. Let's stop dancing around it. I had a reason for taking you in. To put it plainly, Sato, you aren't human, are you?
Huh? Where did that come from? What's that supposed to mean?
Whether you truly can't remember or you're just plain dumb, enough is enough. I haven't told you a soul on the island, not even Shotaro.
Told them what?
That night when I found you washed up in the bay, you were already dead.
What?
I've seen my share of drowned bodies before. You had no pulse, you weren't breathing. You were without a doubt nothing but a corpse. Nothing could have saved you. I figured that was that, turned around to call the police. But then right before my eyes, your body mended itself and you started breathing again. The rest, as I told you before. When I said you scared me good, that was because you suddenly came back to life. I only took you in because I realized there was no way you could be a regular human.
I don't know what to say. Are you saying I can come back to life if I die?
Do you really not know what you are?
Maybe it's like that in that movie. The one with the zombies? Maybe I'm one of those?
You don't look round enough to be a zombie to me, but honestly you can call it whatever you want. Holy shit, I'm a zombie!
Wait, so I died back then? No way, right? Right? I did wonder why you took me in and treated me so well. I guess if you knew I died and come back, then the reason you were being so kind was...
Well, yes.
She's one of those 300-year immortals? Yeah, it's the 800-year immortals, yeah.
I wanted to know your secret. If I could figure out how you came back, it'd be worth a fortune.
Right, makes sense.
Doesn't mean I wanted to be rough with you. The plan was to let you settle in, and once you remembered, we'd talk.
Oh, that was very gentlemanly of you. Thank you.
Well, I did wonder whether that was a one-off thing or something you could do again and again. I even thought about taking a blade to you to test it. But if it really was a one-off thing, that would have been too risky, so I decided to wait and see.
Right. Maybe not quite as gentlemanly as I thought.
Anyway, things have changed now. There's no time to be kind anymore. I'm out of options! This is an emergency! But I don't want this to get ugly. First, I just want you to hear me out, okay?
All right.
Ever since I was a youngin', I had support from a certain benefactor. Getting this far in one lifetime, all my money, connections, and success, it was all thanks to his backing and advice.
Uh-huh. Why bring this up now?
Be quiet and listen. Those who owe him call him Unka Kundahano.
Unka Kudano? How the fuck do you pronounce that name? Unka Kudono. Uncle Dono? He's an Uncle Dono! Oh, fuck, I decided to make myself laugh. Anyways.
Those who owe him call him Unka Kudono, a title given to those elevated above the clouds. That's how highly we regard him.
Elevated above the clouds? Sounds pretty important.
Sure is. He's from an old noble family, a real big shot with land and business all across the prefecture. Anyway, I met with him yesterday.
Oh, excuse me.
And I ended up telling him about you.
About me?
I figured nobody would believe me even if I told them about a girl who could resurrect herself from the dead. I just mentioned it in passing, expecting him to laugh it off and move on. But to my surprise, Unka Kudono was real interested, asking all kind of things.
I don't like where this is going.
I haven't even said anything bad yet.
Maybe, but it sounds like you're about to say he wants you to hand me over to him or something like that.
Well, you're not wrong. Unka Kudono demanded I give him to you.
Knew it.
He wouldn't take no for an answer, even putting a deal on the table that was hard to refuse.
But you still told him no, right? I know you're strong enough to tell him no. Okay, your silence is scaring me now. What's that face supposed to mean?
It would seem that Unka Kudono has quietly been researching immortality for years.
Huh? Immortality?
He's pretty serious about it too. Says even the smallest rumors are worth looking into. Last year, when all the Rite of Resurrection nonsense was going on in Tokyo, he used the opportunity to gather information.
Shit, so this is actually taking a year after the Rite of Resurrection bullshit from Seven Mysteries of Honjo. Wow, what a twist!
I never even heard of that. Was it that big a thing?
If I known you were so interested, I would never have brought you up.
So you're saying you couldn't refuse him?
Anyway, let's just say I'm in a bit of a situation with no easy way out. It would be better if there was a way to not have to take the deal, so I pleaded with him to give me more time.
I knew you'd come through. Thank you.
Which brings me to what I need to ask you, Sato. If you stop hiding things and tell me everything you know, I wouldn't make this harder than it has to be.
Well...
Tell me, have you heard people on the island talk about the curse of the raging waves?
The raging waves? That doesn't sound like a very nice curse.
So you haven't heard of it. Let me explain.
Wait, so the disaster 5 years ago, that was all because of this curse? And it was created from the lingering resentment of all the people who died on Taishima 400 years ago? If that's true, it must be a very powerful curse.
No doubt about that.
No doubt. Uh-oh.
That's where you come in, Sato. I believe you're the one calling the curse down upon us. You're the Raging Waves curse bearer.
Huh? Come on, you can't be serious.
The timing fits perfectly. Things started taking a turn for the worse right after you arrived. And more than anything, I know you're not human. Just admit it! You're the one bringing this goddamn curse to the island!
Absolutely not. I don't know anything about it. I swear, you've got the wrong person.
I was willing to wait until I understood how you came back to life, but now I'm out of time. Whether you don't know or you're just playing dumb, I don't care anymore. I just need you to get rid of the goddamn curse. If you do, I'll never mention any of this again. You can even keep leaving here watching as much TV as you like. I'll cover for you as long as you need to.
But
Oh shit. Is Sato actually the curse bearer? What? I don't know how to respond to this. So Wakamura wants the curse of the raging waves to be stopped, and he thinks Sato is the one that actually can cause it, but I don't think that's true. I honestly don't believe that Sato is the curse of the raging waves bearer. Unless she accidentally swallowed the token. But then again, I don't know. I'm gonna say, I'm actually gonna do the smart thing. I'm gonna save. No wait, not this one. This one right here. I'm gonna save, and I'm gonna see what happens if I press I can't.
I didn't even know about the curse, let alone how to get rid of it. I'd love to take you up on the offer, but I just don't know how to.
So even the one who brought this curse upon us doesn't know how to lay it to rest. And I suppose I have no choice but to take Uncle Kondono's deal and hand you over. You see, Uncle Kondono claims he already knows how to break the curse of the raging waves.
Why would he know that?
I've wondered about the curse many times. I suppose he must have dug into it. I suppose you will have to be an offering to Uncle Kondono. One necessary to save Kamashima.
An offering? You mean like a sacrifice? In this day and age? Surely there's a way to save Kamashima that doesn't involve killing anyone. We can find a more humane route.
You really think he just hand over that information while he's gone leverage? Use your head! If you can't keep help, then refusing his method of lifting the curse isn't on the table anymore. That means there has to be a price. That's just how deals work in the business world.
I don't care about the business world.
Come now, you think you have a choice?
Yes, I don't want to give up my body to someone researching immortality. He could kill me!
But that's the thing. There's no need for you to worry about that. You won't stay dead. You'll live through whatever happens, won't you?
I refuse! I have a promise I have to keep no matter what!
You? All you do is eat, sleep, and watch TV all day. What promise could you possibly have to keep?
Well, I can't say. Not right now.
What nonsense. You're just saying whatever to save yourself. You realize you're choosing to stand against protecting everyone on the island from this disaster. Do you really want that on your conscience? Not to mention you're the cause of this mess to begin with. It's time to take responsibility.
No, that's not true. You're blaming the wrong person.
You live here and eat at your expense for months and then refuse one request? Unbelievable.
I'm sorry, I don't know what else to say.
The handover is tomorrow night, the 8th. A transport boat will slip out of the port. Until then, do as you like. And don't bother trying to escape the island. I've told the ferry not to let you board. There's nowhere on this island my eyes don't reach. If I tried this 5 years ago, maybe I could have stopped it. I won't make the same mistake.
Oh no, this is awful. Is he serious? He wants to use me as a sacrifice? I mean, it's true I'm in no position to refuse, but no, there's no way. What do I do? What can I do? I'm going out for a bit.
Fine. Talk to whoever you want. It won't change a thing. No one here will defy my decision.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Oh, a sticker.
Well, this is awkward as hell. Poor Sato.
I panicked and came all the way out here, but what the hell am I supposed to do? Whatever happens, I still have to keep the promise I made to Tsukasa yesterday.
Hey, Sato.
Huh?
Finally gone up. Do you have a minute?
Shotaro? Good timing. I had something I wanted to ask you too.
Oh? Go ahead.
Fancy boy. Any birds? Bird, 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 bird. Bird, 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 bird. Damn. Rock.
I believe that big rock on the coast is called Shenjo Iwa. It means something like Thousandfold Rock, as it's a bit of a local landmark. The sea is so calm today, just like yesterday. Hard to believe a curse could do anything to break this solace. This white beach lies on the southern eastern side of the island. It's blanketed by the sound of waves.
Sand. Him.
Shotaro came back from Tokyo about 2 weeks ago to visit his family here. I was already staying at Wakamura residence, so then that's when we first met. Ever since then, he's been checking in on me a lot, like he really is concerned about me. He's not a bad person at all, and I can see why so many people like him. But for some reason, it feels like we come from completely different worlds, like we see things in a completely different light. To be honest, I feel there is a kind of distance between us as people. How long has Shotaro been chasing after me? Was he just waiting for me to be alone?
Oh, right. So I wanted to let you know. Sorry, I overheard your conversation with my old man earlier.
Wait, you did? How much did you hear?
Pretty much the whole thing, I think. That house really has paper-thin walls. I heard about the curse, the sacrifice, and you coming back to life.
Then, yeah, you pretty much heard everything.
Honestly, you caught me completely off guard. Can't believe my old man's going on about all that. It's also ridiculous. I mean, who actually buys into that kind of superstition? But don't worry, Sato. I won't let him do this. I'm on your side. There's no place for something as ridiculous as sacrifice in this day and age.
Oh, okay.
So he's actually a pretty nice guy.
Oh, right, I almost forgot. You had something you wanted to talk about too, didn't you?
Oh, yes. I know this is sudden, but I was wondering if you had some time later this afternoon?
Haha, what for? You inviting me to do something?
Not exactly, just something a little complicated I wanted to talk about.
Couldn't we just talk right here and now?
No, I still need some time to prepare.
I think I see how it is. You sure this is the time for that, though? Don't you have bigger things to worry about?
Well, yes, but even so, I really want you to be there. It's important.
Alright, I'll be there. Just tell me when and where.
Thank you. How about 1 p.m. down by the bay?
Got it. I'll be there.
Anyway, this gives me a good chance to keep my promise with Tsukasa.
Anyway, you don't need to worry, Sato. I'll be your knight in shining armor. You're not going to be sacrificed for anything.
That's very reassuring, thank you.
Honestly, in a world with science as advanced as ours, talk of curses, sacrifices, and me immortality, it's just nonsense. I think my old man has finally lost it. Pretty sure it's all the influence of that so-called sorcerer from Tokyo. Honestly, it's disgraceful.
Yeah, it's a bit out of hand.
Just so you know, after hearing all that, I confronted him.
Gave him a pretty firm piece of my mind.
Wait, you did? You spoke to Mr. Makamura?
Sure did. I told him flat out that you weren't going to be his sacrifice or anything. Things got pretty heated after that.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. You didn't have to go that far for me.
Well, you see, I actually had my own reason for not wanting to lose you to some silly sacrifice.
Huh?
Sato,
Yes?
I'll be direct. Once this whole mess is over, would you consider dating me? With marriage in mind? What? Ha!
Huh, wait, what? You and me? I didn't see that one coming.
You carry yourself so much more calmly than other girls. There's something elegant, almost regal about you. It's such a pleasure to see. I feel like I'd do anything if it was for you. You're the first woman that's ever made me feel this way. I think us meeting here had to be fate. We were destined to find each other.
Huh? Wow, You don't believe in curses, but you believe in fate?
Touché. But this time I feel like I have no choice but to believe. So listen. I'm heading back to Tokyo next week. I was hoping you'd come with me.
Wow, Tokyo.
Just think it over, okay? I think it'll be a great chance for you. Sorry?
Damn, this is not fair. Dropping that on me right after saying he'd help save me. I'm really not interested. I should nip this in the bud before it becomes a problem down the line. I'm sorry. What? What did you just say? Wait, what? Tsukasa? How long have you been there?
Oh, didn't know you were there, Tsukasa. Have you been eavesdropping on our secret conversation? That's not very polite.
Secret conversation? So that's really how it is? Sato, I'm so sorry. I had no idea. No, wait, Tsukasa, is that what you think? I really am the worst. I'm so sorry. I was so clueless. Tsukasa, wait.
What the hell was that?
I'm sorry. I have to go.
So that explains why we saw Sato and Tsukasa together crying over by the thingamabob. Wait, what? Oh, it's solidified! We actually got to the actual ending parts of the ball. They're starting to connect and mingle. Oh! Oh boy! Shotaro asked Sato to start a relationship with the intention of eventually marrying her. Tsukasa, who happened to be there, is taken aback by what she heard and runs away. Sato chases after her to clear up the misunderstanding.
I can't do this. It's not fair. Hey, Tsukasa, listen. You're okay. There's still a chance. No, there isn't.
Tsukasa? Sato, what's going on?
Well, I'm sorry, I can't explain right now. Tsukasa, come on. We're drawing too much attention here.
And that's when they ran off.
You feeling a little better now?
Yeah, sorry. None of this is your fault, Sato, I know that. And now we've missed the meeting time, too. Shotaro's probably out there looking for us.
Yeah, we'll find him later and apologize.
Bird, 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 bird. No bird, okay.
Tsukasa was in pieces earlier, but at least she seems to have calmed down a bit now. I mean, after something like that, of course she'd be upset. These are the ruins of an old building called the Kantekisho Ruins. People hardly ever come here anymore.
So you're saying that today was the first time he'd ever said anything like that to you?
Yep. I have no idea he would be confessing out of the blue like that.
I mean, I get it now. I know you aren't interested in him, but... I guess I really am still just a kid. I don't have the confidence to confess like that. Getting married, going to Tokyo together, that's way too much for me to even begin to think about.
Yeah, he just skipped several steps ahead. I guess guys from the city are just like that.
Still, you had it so calmly. You handled it so calmly. I was seriously impressed.
If you say so.
You were so calm and collected. I swear, I can hardly believe you're the same age as me. I wish I could stay that calm. Although you seem a bit different too. Did something happen? I only really caught the tail end of your conversation back there.
Well... Yes, honestly it's been quite a day. But I was waiting to tell you everything.
Huh? Tell me what? You're kind of scaring me with that serious look.
Well, what I'm about to tell you is going to sound completely insane for all sorts of reasons. But every word of it is true. I need you to believe me, okay?
Okay. Scary.
So this morning, Mr. Wakamura came to me.
What? I don't even... You can't be serious. You're going to be offered up as a sacrifice tomorrow? And what? Some cursed storm is coming to the island and you died and came back? Are you actually being serious?
Yep. Or at least Mr. Wakamura is completely convinced that this case. Shotaro said it was all nonsense. He didn't believe a word of it.
Nuh-uh. This is not okay. This is all seriously messed up. You said before you didn't really remember much about your past, right? But claiming that you died, that has to be bullshit. Sato? Why aren't you saying anything?
I don't think I can keep hiding the truth about myself much longer. Yeah, she deserves to know. I should tell her. About me, about my past.
Hello, Sato? You okay?
Well, I don't know. So, things have gotten a bit messed up now. But I still think you need to tell Shotaro how you feel.
You really think so? But he's clearly into you, not me.
I mean, I don't think his feelings are just gonna flip once you tell him. In fact, I'd be even more worried if he changed his mind that easily.
I guess that's true.
That said, letting him know you're feeling is the best way to have him realize you're an option for him. I'm pretty sure up till now he just hasn't paying attention. He hasn't noticed all the great stuff about you.
Realize I'm an option? I'm not so sure that's the problem.
You never know. Even if he doesn't respond to you right away, his feelings could always change over time. Just look at you. You're cute, you're smart, and you're a great person. You got every reason to be confident.
You're making me blush. It does sound convincing coming from you. I mean, I was totally ready to just throw out there to see what would happen and all. But now you're starting to make me think I might actually have a shot.
Exactly. No need to rush. Just take your time and let both of your feelings develop.
Thanks, Sato. You're right. I can't just give up. I'm gonna go and tell him. But you really are good at this, Sato. You must be super experienced with all this.
Of course I am. They'll call me a living encyclopedia for nothing.
Oh yes, Miss Encyclopedia. I almost forgot about that.
I almost forgot too. So, did you finish writing the love letter?
Well, I did finish it, but I ripped it up and threw it away.
Oh, damn.
Don't worry, I'll write another one today. It's probably a good thing I get a redo. The first one was all me anyway.
Yeah, that's the spirit.
I suppose I'll need one more thing, Sato. You'll need to invite Shotaro over for me again.
Yep, that I can do. I'll get to him when you come, even if it kills me.
Thanks, but I'd rather you didn't get killed over this. I meant to talk to the face. Alright, time to rewrite that love letter. That said, I feel like whatever's going on with you is way more serious.
Yeah, about that. You think we could talk for a bit? I have something important to share.
Whoa, that's serious face again. You're kind of scaring me.
So, the truth is, some of my memories have started coming back. Just a few.
Wait, really? That's great! So, what do you remember?
Well, I want to keep this just between us for now. That okay?
Yeah, of course, totally.
Earlier when you said you couldn't believe we were the same age, you were right. The truth is, although I might look quite young, I've actually been around for a very long time.
Oh, so that's what you've been hiding. I knew something was up, I knew it. So, how old are you? Already 20?
No, a little older than that.
Well, I need to guess even higher? Alright then, let's take a big jump. 23.
I guess I lied. It's actually a lot older than that. I think at least.
A lot older? Now I'm not sure where to guess. Wait, you're not gonna tell me you're secretly like some ancient grandma, are you? The silence speaks loud! The silence speaks really fucking loud!
Yeah, that's about right.
Huh?
Also, that part about me dying and coming back, there might be some truth to that too.
Huh?
Yeah, so in other words, I'm actually an immortal girl with an immortal body. Nice to meet you.
There's no way! She is fucking Osato! I love the silence so fucking much! Wait, are you actually being serious here?
Yep, completely serious.
I mean, I always thought you said some pretty weird things, but this one takes the cake. I guess you did always have a kind of strange vibe about you. Hearing this does sort of make sense. But like, how did that even happen?
Well, it's so long ago I barely remember. But long ago, for some reason, I can't quite remember, I ended up eating the flesh of a mermaid.
The flesh of a mermaid? Oh, I've actually heard stories about that. Eating a mermaid flesh is supposed to make you immortal, right?
Exactly. That's the stuff.
No way. So those stories were real. So you have an immortal body and you've been alive for who knows how long?
Yep, that sums it up.
So how old are you really?
Well, I'm actually not too sure. I'm not really the forgetful type. I think there was a human limit just to how much I could ever remember. Even when living normally, you wind up forgetting stuff from a long time ago, right?
I guess. Maybe? I've only been alive 17 years, so I wouldn't really know.
Oh, yeah. The oldest memory I can still remember probably goes back several centuries at least.
Damn, you really are an ancient grandma.
No, I was only 17 when I ate the mermaid flesh, you know. So I wasn't exactly lying about my age. In terms of looks, I'm still a spry young 17-year-old.
Well, sure, I can't argue with that. But you're saying you're actually immortal? I think that's also a surprise for today.
You believe me?
Of course! You joke around a lot, but I trust you when you say it's serious.
Thank you.
So if you really did become immortal from eating the flesh of a mermaid, then I guess handing you over to some bigwig like this Unkakudono actually starts to make sense.
Yep. If I get handed over to him, I'm pretty sure he'd figure it out. Who knows what could happen?
Right? That'd be bad news. No telling what he'd do after that. And if it's the truth, I guess there's no point in making excuses either.
Exactly.
What about the curse of the raging waves? Is that true too?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's real too. I think I'm somehow connected to that place called Taishima that came up in the curse's story.
Oh, you are?
But even so, I don't think I caused the curse. At least, I hope not.
So you're saying you were on Taishima like 400 years ago?
Yes, I think so. I don't really remember what kind of person I was back then, though.
Even so, I can't believe the old man just straight out said he was going to hand you over tomorrow.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure out how to get out of that.
Well, I'm gonna help you, obviously. How about you really do just run away to Tokyo with Shotaro then?
I'd rather not. There has to be a better way.
Yeah, even as I said it, I realized I hadn't really thought it through very much.
Let's take this one step at a time. Besides, I don't think the curse will just disappear if I leave the island.
Yeah, even if you were the cause, that would mean they could have just kicked you off the island, right? I kind of feel like the old man's just trying to pin everything on you.
Yeah, there has to be some reason behind it. Either way, if we could somehow stop the curse of the raging waves or whatever, it'd probably solve all my problems.
Probably, yeah. But how are we supposed to stop curse when we don't even know what it is? I always thought all this curse stuff was just occult nonsense. I never thought it could be real.
Well, they are. Spirits and curses really do exist, no doubt about it. I was totally normal to live with them way back when, so it was a surprise to me that these days everyone just acts like they're not real.
No way. This is all too surreal. Well, I suppose you being here is already past surreal and into mythical. Guess I gotta rethink what's normal. I guess it means our best chance at the moment probably lies in your memory somewhere. Do you really not remember anything about what you were doing before you washed up on the island?
No, while I now remember that I was on Taishima 400 years ago, everything between then and waking up here is completely blank. I guessing I might have been asleep somewhere for the last 400 years or something like that.
Damn, how does something like that even happen? You think it's connected to whatever to Taishima?
Yep, probably.
Still, sleeping for 400 years? That's just unreal. Feels like something out of a story. I mean, you fit into our society so naturally, it's hard to believe you're not from the same era.
I was quite lost at first, but I didn't want to cause a scene, so I tried really hard to fit in. Everything had changed so much, there were surprises around every corner. It was pretty overwhelming at first.
I can imagine. It's like that old tale of Urashima Taro. You came back and centuries had gone by.
Oh yeah, now that you mention it, it is quite similar. I'm amazed the tale of Urashima Taro is still being told even now. But you know what amazed me the most? TV. It was incredible how much I could learn from it.
Aha! So that's why you were always glued to the TV. Still, that's amazing. I can't believe you managed to blend in so naturally just from watching TV.
Yep. It was actually easier than I expected. Feel more like visiting a country with a different culture than jumping through time. And I guess since I barely remembered anything from my past, there wasn't much to get in the way of learning new stuff.
Right. Guess that's why you seemed a bit distant when you first arrived on the island.
Oh, yeah. Sorry I was such a pain.
You were just scared, right? You had no memories and you were thrown into a completely different era.
I was lucky, though. Everyone on the island was so kind. That helped a lot.
Still, I can't believe the old man wants to offer you as a sacrifice. That's so messed up. I wish you could remember a bit more about yourself, though. Aren't you even a little curious about who you were? Does it worry you?
Honestly, not really. I mean, I was probably just another person, doubt I was anyone special.
Don't say that, you never know. Well, either way, we'll just have to make a bunch of good memories for the new you.
That sounds good. Even these last few moments have been filled with great memories for me.
Hang on, I just realized. If you really are immortal, Sato, every time you said even if it kills you, you kind of let out the part where that's not actually possible.
Damn, you're right. That does sound bad now. Wait, no, it's the opposite! I mean, I'm so determined that I'd risk dying despite my immortality!
Uh-huh. So coming for you is actually carries even more weight. Got it.
I think I spun that one pretty well.
You know I can hear you, right?
You know what, I actually feel kind of relieved. Even after learning all this about me, you aren't treating me any different.
Well, yeah, you're still you. Nothing's really changed for me.
Thank you. I'm glad I could tell you the truth. Usually when people find out, they freak out and quickly pull away. I was worried you'd do the same.
Yeah. I mean, I can see why some people might distance themselves even if they found out. Yuza's mom was totally shunned when people started blaming her. Anyway, don't worry, I won't sell a soul. Your secret's safe with me. Huh?
Hey, you said Yuza's mom was shunned for something. Also, you ever told me was that she passed away in the Kamashima Southern Sea disaster 5 years ago.
Ah, right. You wouldn't know about that. I mean, I guess it's not exactly something you'd share to guests to the island. Truth is, they pinned the blame the whole disaster on her. Said it was Mari's fault.
What? Seriously, but why?
No idea. People just started saying she was some kind of bad omen or something. Sure, she never really fit on the island, but that was no reason to treat her like that. That's probably why that she felt so tense when Yuza came back to the island a few months back. I figured folks were just joking around, so I didn't really think too much of it.
That's so cruel, even after she's gone.
But you know, it's quite similar to what's happening to you right now. The old man called you the same thing he called her. What was it? The Raging Waves Curse Bearer?
Wait, so they said Mari was the source of the curse too?
That's weird. But what does it mean? Could it be Yuza's mom was actually like you? Like, she was also immortal?
Huh?
And maybe she didn't really go missing, but was actually sacrificed to this Unkakudono?
But Mr. Wakamura said he won't make the same mistake from 5 years ago, so I don't think that's it.
Right, yeah, maybe I'm overthinking it. Still, I wonder if Yuza or Suyu know anything about this curse of the Raging Waves.
Yeah, it's not exactly an easy topic to bring up, but we don't really have any other leads. Let's go talk to Suyu. We can ask her about Mari and the curse.
But wait, if Yuza's mom really was this curse bearer or whatever, that means she dragged not only herself and her family, but the whole island into the storm. That's kind of a scary thing to think about.
Yeah, I can't imagine she did it on purpose. Maybe at the very least she didn't know about it, but even then...
It's still awful. Either way, the outcome was such a terrible one. Nope, this curse bearer stuff has to be total bull. I'm not buying it.
Yep, I couldn't agree more. But then where did all the curse bearers rumors come from in the first place? There's gotta be a way to prove they're unfounded.
Bet you anything it was all that so-called sorcerer the old man's been talking to. Has to be. Maybe we could go shake it out of him until they admit it was all made up?
It's a bit extreme, but if we could pull it off, it would clear things up.
Although, even if we prove you're not the curse bearer, they still gonna come after you for being immortal.
I guess so. They want me because I'm immortal, not just because of the curse.
Newbie, thank you for the hydrate. I will go and grab my water bottle real quick then. Might as well be a golden opportunity to also stand up for a bit. Alrighty, water obtained, and I also went ahead and grabbed myself a little snack because I was starting to get a little hungry. Boy, things are becoming much more chaotic, huh? Definitely needed that drink, though. Alright, now that that's redeemed. Alright. Man, I really just want to believe all this curse bearer stuff is just nonsense. There's gotta be something else we can do. The only other person I really trust around here are Azami and Yuza. If we ask them, I bet they'd help. Would you rather I didn't tell them? I mean, I'm pretty sure they keep a secret, but...
Yeah, I'd rather avoid telling anyone else.
Gotcha. Well then.
Maybe we could just hide out somewhere until tomorrow? Buy a little time?
But where can we hide? Oh! I'm not sure if that's the right choice here. Not even sure if I should mention it.
What is it?
Whatever. You trusted me with your secret, so I guess it's only fair I share one too.
Oh? You have a secret too?
Keep this between us, okay? It's about my pa, actually.
Wait, your dad? But I thought you grew up with just your mom.
I did. That's why I got curious about who my pa was and started digging on my own. Didn't have much to go on, but I managed to piece it together. Holy shit, what the fuck is going on with my upstairs neighbors? Did anyone else hear that giant thud? It looks like they're being rowdier than normal, especially on a Monday. Like, bruh, aren't those kids supposed to be in school right now? Eesh. Anyways, didn't have much to go on, but I managed to piece it together. Maybe I've got a knack for detective work.
Whoa, that's incredible! A detective just like on TV.
Anyway, turns out he's a very rich guy from Ise. Apparently way back, my mom used to work as a maid in his estate.
Wait, does that mean...
You guessed it. I'm his illegitimate child.
Oof, that's a tough one.
I mean, I kind of suspected it already, so it wasn't a huge shock or anything. Besides, he's been sending child support this whole time, so I'm grateful, honestly.
Wow, your life really is like a TV show.
Anyway, I've actually snuck off to meet him a few times.
You met your dad? All on your own? And that wasn't a problem?
Surprisingly, yeah, he was happy to see me. He even said he wanted to meet me too. Took me out for dinner a couple of times and all.
How nice, but you're smart and so cute. I can see why he'd be proud.
I got no complaints about the life I have now with Ma. I'm not about to shake him down for cash or stir up trouble or anything. That said, I never told Ma that I met with him. There'd still be a bad blood there, apparently.
Oh, that's not good.
Nobody on the island knows about this. You're the first person I've ever told.
Whoa, this turned into a full-on secret swap.
Anyway, worst case scenario, I thought we could maybe ask my pa for help. Excuse me. He's pretty rich, so he could probably arrange a place for you to hide for a while. Might help us buy some time to look into his curse.
That's quite the connection to have. Thanks for sharing with me. Having a place to lay low would be great, but would it be suspicious if we don't explain things?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I'll either lie to him or risk telling the truth. And personally, I'd rather not lie to him. You think it's better to keep your secret even from my pa?
Yeah, sorry. I'd really rather no one know.
I get it. If word got out, it'd probably stir up a whole new mess. Let's keep that our last resort then.
It was a great idea, though. Thanks. Hey, Tsukasa, I just had a thought.
Yeah, what is it?
This Unka Kundono guy, he says he has a way to break the curse of the raging waves, right?
Yeah, sounds like it. That's what he's offering in exchange for you, right?
Then what if we somehow stole that from him?
Oh, bold idea. You mean we fake the trade and swipe it instead?
No, I mean, what if I just snuck into Unka Kundono's place and took it?
So we've had our detective arc and now we're going undercover? Are we spies now?
Yeah, okay, that's probably not very realistic.
I do think it's a bit of a stretch. We don't exactly have the skills or intel for a spy mission.
If we want to stop the curse of the raging waves, maybe those two we met yesterday can help. Although they didn't seem to have a plan, so maybe that's not a great idea. People also used to call Mari the curse of the bear of the raging waves, so maybe Suyu will know something that can help. I don't really want to worry her, but we don't really have any other ideas. Let's go talk to her.
Still, if there was some way to break the curse of the raging waves, they'd solve everything.
Exactly.
Come on, let's go talk to Suyu.
Yeah, and we should apologize to Shotaro too.
Oh, right. Let's go to the Minakuchi residence first.
Hello? Anybody home?
Doesn't look like anyone's here.
Guess we'll have to wait to talk to Suyu. Let's come back later.
Let's go back to the bay.
This is where we were supposed to meet Shotaro.
Of course, nobody's going to wait forever. Looks like Shotaro isn't home.
Yeah, no one's here right now. Oh, it's just a phone. That scared me. I'll get it. Hello, Wakamura residence.
You're one of the Wakamuras?
Actually, no. No one from the Wakamura family is home right now. Would you mind calling back later?
Wait, really? Then that means... You must be that immortal girl. Oh.
Sorry? I'm not sure what you mean. If this is a prank call, I'm hanging up.
Something about his tone really irks me.
Aha! So this is where you've been hiding. Took me ever to find you.
Who is this?
My dear Osato, it's been a while.
He knows you? Looks like you've got the wrong number. Please double check the number and call again.
Wow! Hold it! Don't you hang up on me, you little shit. I know exactly who I'm talking to.
Sounds like he actually knows who you are, Sato. I think this might be our chance to get some new info. I really got a bad feeling about this.
So, my dear little Osato, I heard Uncle Dona's got his eye on you now.
You're awfully well informed. Mind telling me who you are?
But of all the people out there, it was Unka Kudono who found out. Damn, that geezer's gonna hunt you to the ends of hell. Ha ha!
Who the hell are you? Tell me!
Oh, you're really fired up.
Hang on, wait. You fucking serious? You don't remember me? For real? That's real harsh. After everything we had, all that passionate talk about a future together. Wait, what?
Come on, just because I don't remember doesn't mean you get to start spouting nonsense.
You'll know if it's nonsense soon enough. And listen, I'm actually the one trying to help you here, you know? Might want to hear me out.
What do you mean?
So, this Unka Kudono, he's a psycho old man funneling cash into researching immortality. If he gets his hands on you, you'll be strapped to a table in his lab while he cuts you open alive. He'll sit there watching as you die and regenerate as all part of his fucked up experiments. And once you're all healed up, slice and dice again, rinse and repeat, over and over. Sounds fun, huh?
That's straight up torture.
Even if your body's immortal, the pain is all real. Becoming his sacrificed guinea pig to be nothing but hell on earth.
You sure know a lot about this.
Well, yeah, that's why you should come to me instead. Doesn't sound bad now, does it, Osato?
Huh?
I'll take you into my protection before you're handed over to Unka Kudono. All you need to do is shut up and do as you're damn told, woman. Oh, hell no.
If you think I'd ever grovel to some nameless creep like you, you've got another thing coming. I refuse.
You'll remember me when we meet up, I promise. So here's the deal. Get on today's last ferry to Toba Port. Come alone. Got it?
What? Not a chance.
Damn right she ain't going anywhere with you.
So do us both a favor and never contact me again.
Aw, come on. Is that really how you're gonna play it? Listen, if you don't show up when I say, I'll tear through every last dumbass on this island, slice them all to fucking pieces. Sound good to you? Oh, shit. That's what happens when people defy me. No mercy, just punishment.
What?
So I'll say it once more, my dear Osato. If you don't want this island to be a bloodbath, get on the last ferry. Come to Toba Port alone. This is your last chance, you get that? Right?
When you say no mercy, just punishment, what exactly are we talking about here?
You know. I have this little curse power, and let's just say it can be pretty fucking potent. Oh, for fuck's sake. There's the third one.
Another curse?
I guess I could just show it off by cursing every woman on the island, kill them all off one by one. How's that sound? That way everyone else on the island will see the one girl who doesn't die and, well, guess her secret's out.
No.
So yeah, better just do as I say, no point fighting it. I've already got an assassin mixed in with the locals. Everything's set.
An assassin mixed with the locals?
Yep, and they're fucking nuts. Give them a curse and we're way too thrilled to use it. Dead serious too, eyes like a psychic killer. You get those sometimes, natural killers. Pretty sure they've already made their move, and unless I call them up, they sure ain't stopping. Is he being serious? I'll check with you again after the first body drops, but I really recommend you make it to a smart choice before that.
Anywho, ferry's leaving soon, so tick-tock, my dear Osato. Don't keep me waiting.
Huh? Wait! This is bad. You heard all that, right?
Yeah, killing people with curses, no way, right? The last ferry leaves in, what, less than an hour now?
And if I don't get on it, the whole island is in trouble.
And now talk about curses and killing people, and we still have no idea who that even was? Felt like you knew something about your past, too.
Yeah, but as far as I can remember, I honestly have no idea who he is. They knew about Okakodano and his research, so they're definitely involved in some way or another.
Then maybe it's someone who doesn't get along with Okakodano and wants to steal you away from him?
Makes sense. Trying to help me is probably just a front. So his real goal has to be something like that.
So maybe you just acted like they knew you put you at ease?
Could be, but if he really wanted to put an end to his knees, I don't think he had the right tone.
Yeah, that attitude was anything but reassuring. Like, was he actually serious thinking you go along with all that just because he barked at you?
Not to mention threatening to curse the people on the island to death. It's hard to tell how serious he was.
Well, one thing's clear, he's bad news.
Huh, wait, someone's coming home.
Well, you came back, huh, Sato?
Uh-oh. Maybe you best tell the old man about the phone call.
Yeah.
Everything is still up in the air, so now I really don't have time to see him right now. He could have at least come home a little bit earlier and taken the damn phone call for me.
What's wrong, girl? You look like you're seeing a ghost.
Well, we just got a strange, threatening phone call.
Whoa, tell me more.
So some nobody we don't even know wants to send off the last ferry today?
Yes, they said if I don't go, the island will be struck with no mercy, just punishment.
He's just trying to snatch you out from under Uncle Donut's nose. Always some fools trying to play smart. Pulling a stunt like that wouldn't just get you on Uncle Donut's bad side. It'd be a hell of a lot worse than that. Ignore that fool's call. You're going to Uncle Donut's tomorrow like we planned.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I totally should have said something earlier, but I'm totally against this whole sacrifice nonsense. Hey, old man, if we can lift that curse from the waiting waits before tomorrow, then Sato doesn't have to be offered as a sacrifice, right?
Well, yeah, if that was possible. But that curse stumped even the finest sorcerer I know. You need solid proof it's been broken.
That's fine.
Wait, what else did he say? Something about an assassin?
Yes, they said someone wielding a curse power has mixed in with the locals and is already proceeding with their plans.
Think it could be true.
Most likely bluffing, but I'll have folks looking into it just in case. Either way, if we nab the assassin first, there ain't nothing to worry about. This is my Kamashima. I don't like hearing we have unknown mixed within my people.
Seeing as we're being threatened by a curse, couldn't you ask that sorcerer you trust to help us deal with it?
Not happening. Too short notice. Even just one consultation takes a whole month of back and forth with her with their manager for an appointment. Not to mention, you can't even imagine how much it costs.
Oh, I think I know how much.
You don't trouble someone like that over some damn fool's prank call when it's probably just a bluff.
Seriously? They're that big a deal? I guess neither of the two we bumped into yesterday was a sorcerer then.
What are you talking about?
Yesterday we spoke to a man and a woman in traditional clothes who asked where the place was. They didn't stop by?
Alright, yeah, some sheen-looking folks came around. They said something about a great storm curse drawing near and told me I should warn everyone to prepare for evacuation.
Wait, so even people from outside the island know about this curse of the raging waves? But then who exactly were they?
Beats me, claimed they were with the police or some such, but something smells fishy to me. They were rambling about mummies and whatnot. It didn't make a lick of sense. Ain't got time to mess with folks like that. Told them I already knew and had them get lost. Anyone with even the slightest spirit sense can tell the island's affected by a curse right now. They were just scam artists using that to spout nonsense to squeeze out donations. Bunch of crooked psychics, that's all. Got no time to be dealing with folks like that.
Is that really all it was? Something about it was nagging at me. Is this Curse of the Raging Waves definitely real?
I already told you as real as they get.
So, what are you gonna do now, old man?
First off, Sato ain't going anywhere. Stay put till that last very backstone on the mainland.
You sure that's safe?
Curses or not, there's no way anyone's going to just go around and killing off a bunch of people. That ain't practical. That says someone sneaking in an assassin. That could happen.
I see.
Bah, even if their curse was just a bluff, they're clearly planning something. Ain't no way I'll let it slide. Threaten not just me, but Unca Kodono, they'll regret messing with me. I'll smoke about myself and have them confess all their bullshit.
Yikes, he's pissed.
You two stay right here. Got it?
He's gone. Sped out like a bullet.
So, what now? He told us to wait here, but...
Well, we don't need to catch the ferry anymore. Still feels like a waste of time just sitting here. Let's go see if we can fight Suyu.
Sounds good. If we can find a way to stop the Curse of the Raging Waves, there'd be no reason to sacrifice you. Let's go. One and a half hours later.
Well, we definitely learned a lot more after speaking with Suyu. Huh? Tsukasa?
Damn it.
Listen, there's no way I'm letting them sacrifice you. Not for anything.
Thanks, Tsukasa. Sorry I got so worked up.
Don't worry about it. That's just who you are.
I guess the last ferry should have reached the mainland by now.
Yeah. Think the old man managed to find that assassin?
Let's go see what's going on outside. Not like we have much else to do now.
Yeah. Came back here thinking Shotaro might be around, but now that I think about it, there's a good chance I could run into Mr. Wakamura too. That'd get awkward. Let's go see what's going on outside. The whole assassination is terrifying, though. Oh boy. Oh, Shotaro. Oh, look, it's Shotaro. Hey, you two, perfect timing. Sorry, I need a munch. My old man's been stopping around with this wild look on his face, asking people if they've seen anyone suspicious. You two know anything about that? Actually, yeah, we do. So I guess he's trying to track down the assassin who's blending in on the island somehow. Wow, so people really announce threats like that over the phone. Still, I'm glad the old man didn't take the bait. That was probably the right call. But if it's not just Uncle Kudono's people after you, then we've got a new problem on our hands.
Yep.
Sun's starting to go down. Maybe the part of it, but something feels off.
Tsukasa's clearly on edge. I can't blame her. This whole situation is such a mess.
We really should apologize for missing the meeting earlier.
Yeah. Even with everything going on, he still manages to stay calm. I know it's not fair to lean on him only when things get tough, but his confidence makes it hard not to. Sorry about missing our meeting today. I was the one who asked and ended up standing you up. Something urgent came up and I couldn't make it.
Right, that. Well, stuff happens. I'm not mad or anything, but... Mind telling me what exactly happened?
Well, something unexpected came up and kind of threw off my whole schedule.
So you can't say any more than that? You're not even going to tell me what you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, I can't tell you that either, sorry.
Right. Well, whatever. Let's just say you owe me one.
Owe you one?
Yeah, sometime when I need it, you'll have to do something for me. What? Wait, that's not fair! It's not her fault. I'm the one who caused all the problems today. You see, I was actually the one who...
Tsukasa, stop. This isn't time for that.
But if I don't, you'll... Whoa, why do I feel like I'm the bad guy here? You're the one who didn't show up.
No, you're not the bad guy. It really is my fault. I'm sorry.
No, it's on me! Sasha didn't do anything wrong!
Okay, relax. For the sake of your friendship, I'll let it slide. Let's just reschedule for another time.
Right, thank you.
Thank you. Why is his hand in his pocket? Things are a little hectic today. We can talk about that more another time. So about getting you out of that whole sacrifice mess.
Ah, yes, about that.
I've been thinking and maybe it's best if we leave for Tokyo together first thing tomorrow. Lay low for a while. Yeah, I know it looks like I'm just using this chaos as an excuse, but at this point I don't think I can offer any other options. What do you think?
Well, first off, thanks for thinking over it for me. But, would it be okay if I gave it a little more thought?
Sure, but if you take the ferry, my old man will catch on. If you want to go, it'll have to be on a small boat quietly just after dawn. I'll need time to set things up, so I need your answer by tonight.
Okay, I'll think it through.
Let me know by tonight whether you'll come with me to Tokyo tomorrow morning. Alright, and about the assassin. If this so-called assassin really has slipped in among the others, running around blindly like my old man wouldn't get us anywhere. We don't have enough to go on yet, so it's hard to say anything for sure. But at the very least, I'd be looking for people with regular contact with those off the island.
Right, anyone who rarely leaves the island isn't really really likely a suspect.
So that means that people like Shotaro and me, who live off the island most of the time, are most suspicious? Given the situation, yeah. You know, it's also possible that the caller and the assassin are both working for Unka Godono.
Wait, why would you think that?
It's possible he either never had the means to lift the curse of the raging waves like he promised, or never intended to hand it over in the first place. Oh, I get it! That's why he could just get Sato without keeping his end of the bargain. Plus, he can also then turn around and pin everything on your old man. Exactly. Sharp as ever, Tsukasa.
Thanks.
Either way, if someone like that really is out there, we need to stay on guard.
Definitely. Huh? What's wrong?
Looks like you got something caught in your bangs.
Oh no, how embarrassing.
You always seem so calm and collected, but I guess everyone has their moments. Where? You want me to take a look?
No, it's okay. I've still got that hand mirror on me. Let's take a look. Ah, there it is. Is that a feather? When did that get there? Got it. That looks What the? What the hell is that?
Is something wrong, Sato?
There's something behind me.
Huh? What was that? I should check. You okay? There's nothing behind you. Sato, what's wrong?
I should check behind me.
But there's nothing.
I could have sworn it was right around here. There's nothing there. Maybe I imagined it. Shit, that hurts!
Ooh.
Damn it, it hurts! It hurts! It cut straight through me. My insides are on fire. This is it, isn't it? I just died. But how? What happened? Oh, Tsukasa, I'm sorry. They got me. So this is the power of the curse then? It's real. I saw something for a split second and then it cut me down. Okay, just relax. Breathe nice and slow. This is bad. People are coming over. It's turning into a scene. Oh no! Not here! Everyone will see! Damn it! Everyone will know I can heal. What do I do? They're all panicking! No choice. Just act dazed, clueless, then run away while I can.
Witness Sato Shironami's resurrection. Okay then. The slash from the curse leaves Sato with a large wound on her chest. She dies, but only for a moment, and then resurrects in front of everyone, revealing that she is no normal person. She escapes into panic, unsure what will happen next. Oh boy.
Huh? Was I asleep? Oh, right. I got attacked out of nowhere right in the middle of Churro Street. Every time I come back to life, my head's always foggy and my memory is all over the place. Let's see, after I was cut down, everyone saw me resurrect, so I panicked and started running around trying to hide. But in the end, Mr. Wakamura found me. He told me to stay put in the house and keep me head down. Sounds like things are getting pretty chaotic on the island, all because of me. Apparently, Mr. Wakamura told everyone he would handle it, which helped smooth things over. What now? So now everyone knows I can't die. Be as it may, I still got something I need to do. This is it. Time to see it through. Today's been so hectic, I need to take a second, gather my thoughts, and figure out what comes next. Right now, over the southern sea of Kamashima, the curse of the raging waves is creating a huge storm that has started to churn the sea. They say it can whip up a violent storm without warning, the kind that can flip a boat in an instant. Mr. Wakamura plans to hide me over the Unkakudono to find a way to stop the curse. That handover is supposed to happen tomorrow, but Shotaro is against that plan. This morning he asked if I'd run away with him, escape the island, and flee to Tokyo. Oh yeah, I still haven't given him an answer. I'm sorry, but I have my reasons. I can't go with Shotaro. As for how to actually stop the curse of the raging waves, the information Suyu gave us this afternoon might help. I should go over it again to get everything straight. Earlier today, after Mr. Wakamura told me to wait here, we snuck out and went to talk to Suyu. We learned something rather important info there.
Eh? Are you kidding me? Wakamura's fixing to have you over to someone to try and break the curse of the raging waves? Threatening people like that, they're nothing but tools. That's just plain awful. Exactly, but if we can't figure out how to lift the curse ourselves, then maybe it won't come to that.
If you know anything about the curse of the raging waves, please, we need your help.
Well, of course. I don't know what I'd do with myself if we lost you, Sato. Well, back and it's fine to tell you. I was about to tell Yuza and Azami later anyway. Come on, you two. I've got something to show you. I promise I tell Yuza and Azami tonight, but there's something I need to check, so I'll fill you two in first.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Ah, there it is, just as I remember it.
Suyu, are you sure you'll okay be climbing these rocks with your injured leg?
Oh, don't you worry about me. Still got a few tricks left in these old bones. Truth is, I put together a little shrine behind these rocks. Nobody else knows it's there, so it's been hidden here for ages now. Really? There was a shrine all the way out here? Ooh, is this one of those bronze mirrors? I think I saw one in my history textbooks once. It's kind of old and worn, but it's so small and cute. It's a beauty, all right, but there's a lot more to it than it looks.
Wait, I know that bronze mirror. No way!
She knows the bronze mirror, huh? Right? Okay. Even out here, Suyu remains her unusual, unshakable self. Unfortunately, that one makes it harder to tell where the joke ends and the serious talk begins. I think I might have picked a bit of that from her.
Suyu, what exactly is that mirror?
This here, it used to belong to Mare, Yuza's mother. Wait, Yuza's ma? Well, to be precise, Mari found it at the bottom of the old well after she came to Kamashima.
The old well? That's where this bronze mirror came from?
Sure is, though I don't know much beyond about that, I'm afraid. Anywho, she said we had to keep it enshrined somewhere that overlooked the southern sea, so we tucked it away back here. It was here even back when Mari was still alive, so that's gotta be near 20 years now.
That's a long time. The sound of crashing waves and the distant roar of the sea fills the air. The weather's so nice, and yet something about it has me on edge.
So does that mirror have some connection to the Curse of the Raging Waves? Sure does. Listen, all I'm about to tell you is just what Mari once told me, as I knock my bottle over. But I trusted her with all my heart, so I'll speak as if I know it all to be true.
Yes, of course.
This Curse of the Raging Waves isn't some tiny little curse that someone can just throw out whenever they like. It's a massive curse that's been churning down off the southern coast of Kamashima for a good 400 years now, non-stop. Wait, seriously? If that's true, wouldn't there be a huge storm all the time? There's the thing. The curse had been sealed away all this time, held back. All because of a sacrifice offered up 400 years ago. A sacrifice? Yes, a real sacrifice. You don't mean, like, symbolically? Symbolically? You're saying someone was actually sacrificed to keep the curse at bay? Exactly. Many years ago, someone made the ultimate sacrifice, but thanks to that, the source of the curse was sealed away. And this here bronze mirror supposedly belonged to the very person who was sacrificed. No way! Thing is, even with that sacrifice, after 400 years, the effects that held back the curse are getting weaker and weaker. Wait, really? So in other words, now that the curse is overpowering its seal, the Curse of the Raging Waves could be set loose again? That's how it seems. But at the same time, it seems the curse itself had become a lot weaker over the last 400 years. Even with the seal wearing thin, the power of this bronze mirror has been able to keep it at bay. It managed to hold back the Curse of the Raging Waves for the past 10 or so years. The mirror doesn't hold a candle to a real sacrifice, but still, it got enough power to suppress the curse. Right, so if it wasn't for that mirror, the curse might have already swallowed up the island.
But if that's the case, Mari wasn't a curse bearer trying to unleash the curse at all. In fact, she was the complete opposite. She found the mirror and was trying to hold it back, right?
Well, that's true, but it ain't quite the whole story.
What do you mean?
To explain what I mean, I need to tell you about where Mari came from. I thought no one knew where she came from. Sorry for keeping it from you. The truth is, Mari was a descendant of a place called Taishima, an island that was wiped off the map long ago. Wait a sec, Taishima? Isn't that the place where the Curse of the Raging Waves started after it got invaded or something? That's the one.
Hang on. Hold on. I heard that Mari was a descendant of the people who destroyed Taishima, that she was the one who brought the curse.
Quite the opposite. Her ancestors were the one being destroyed. Well, dang, that sure changes the story.
But what does that mean exactly?
Mari told me that folks from Taishima passed down a duty from generation to generation.
A duty?
A duty? She said it would be 400 years since the disaster during her generation, and that meant she had to be the one to see it through. To carry out that duty, first the Curse of the Raging Waves had to be removed once and for all. They needed to wait for the curse to weaken, and so many a generation passed for that to happen. So the duty wasn't just to stop the curse, that was just the first step? Right. Mari came to Kamashima because she was meant to fulfill that duty. Apparently she spent years waiting on the island, watching for a sign the curse was starting to weaken. Eventually she ended up marrying my little Tosuke, but it seemed that was never part of the plan. She often used to chuckle about it, saying that you never know when or where fate will bring someone into your life. I had no idea. Then we come to 5 years ago. 395 years since the Curse of the Raging Waves had begun, she said the time had finally come, that the curse was now weak enough. I still remember her saying how if she offered the mirror now, she could remove the curse for good. She could complete her duty.
Remove the curse for good?
Well, even hearing all that, I was still only half convinced the curse wasn't just an old folktale. Yeah, I don't think anyone can blame me there.
So then, what exactly was her duty?
She said she'd only tell me once it was all over and done with.
Oh, right. The Southern Sea disaster.
In the end, I never got to hear what her duty was. Mari was taken by the sea before she could tell me. After that disaster, I was a mess inside. Couldn't think straight for ages. But now with all things going on, I figured it was time I finally talk about what happened. That day, 5 years ago, out of the blue, Mari suddenly said the time had come. She headed out to sea, bronze mirror in hand, ready to end the curse once and for all. But you know the rest. I reckon she failed to do it.
She failed?
And then that triggered the storm and the whole disaster. That's the way it looks. Thinking back, it hadn't been quite 400 years yet. Maybe she rushed it, felt like time was running out. I think she tried to end it, and the curse just lashed back, causing the tragedy. I know folks want to blame her, but I could never really say anything to stop them. One curious thing though, Mari took this bronze mirror with her when she set out. But when Yuza was the only one found alive, he had the mirror on him. Maybe that's what saved him. Just him, by some miracle. At the very least, I'm grateful that he came back safe. Yeah, when they found Yuza that day, I remember bawling my eyes out. I was so relieved. After that, I offered a little prayer of thanks to the mirror and quietly returned it to the shrine in the bay. For the next 5 years, there was no sign of the raging waves. Everything stayed calm up until now. That does explain a lot. But there's still one thing I can't quite make sense of. What's that?
What's that?
I know she took Tosuke with her as he was the one who handled the boat, but I never understood why she'd take little Yuza with her too. Ah, yeah, that is a bit odd. Yuza says he doesn't remember a thing, so we'll probably never know the truth. Not to mention that Mari's so-called duty also still remains a mystery. All that's left is this bronze mirror and 5 long years since then.
Darn.
I kept hoping that maybe, just maybe, the curse of the raging waves would fade away on its own. But now they say it's growing stronger again, and I have to say the despair is setting in. So something just came to mind. What is it, Tsukasa? Yuza is Mari's son, right? So that means he's also a descendant of Taishima. What if Mari passed on the duty to him, taught him how to deal with the curse?
Oh, that's a good point.
Maybe she brought Yuza along just in case things don't go as planned, to carry things on if she couldn't. Now that you say it, that actually makes a lot of sense. Truth is, I've been wondering if that boy's starting to remember something. Oh? It's not exactly an easy thing to bring up to him, you know. But since we're finally talking about all this, I figured it's time I ask him straight. I see. So honestly, Yuza couldn't hide anything from anyone, let alone from us. I thought the same. That boy's a translucent glass. So listen, Sato. You need to tell him there's no need to rush with all this nonsense. The bronze mirror is holding the curse of the raging waves back for now. Yeah, and maybe Yuza actually knows how to get rid of the curse with that mirror.
Yeah. But it didn't work for Mari. Not with the bronze mirror alone. The curse is still out there, so maybe it really does need me to... You know.
Sato, you okay? You're acting kind of weird.
Thank you, Tsuyu, for telling us all this. I think it's time I told you both something too. I actually remembered something the other day about who I used to be.
Wait, you mean you remembered even more?
Yeah, sorry I didn't say anything sooner. I guess I'll just spill it. The one who was sacrificed 400 years ago? That was me.
Sato is, Hatsune then. Oh. Mysterious girl currently lodging with Shinobu Wakamura, local Kamashima magnate, became immortal after eating the flesh of a mermaid at some point in the past. And then Tsukasa, currently in her 2nd year of high school, boasts excellent grades of a sharp intuition. Oh, here we go. Kamashima number for Tsukasa. Tsukasa secretly tracked down her father, a wealthy man who owns multiple companies in Ise and knows that she is a limited child. Apparently even gone out to dinner with him several times to keep this a secret to her mother. Okay. Huh? What? Wait, hold on. 400 years ago? You pulling my leg at a time like this? No, not Hatsune Miku, at least.
No, you see, the truth is...
Well, I'll be. So you're telling me you're immortal? You promise you ain't pulling my leg. This one's a bit hard to swallow.
I think the reason the curse is getting stronger is because I woke up 3 months ago after sleeping deep down on the sea floor. I think me waking up weakened the seal that was holding the curse back.
Whoa, wait. So when you said you've been asleep for hundreds of years, you meant you were actually a sacrifice at the bottom of the ocean? That's awful!
That's right. I was sacrificed to seal the curse to the source. It wasn't to remove it though, it was just a way to keep it from seeping out. It was just a temporary fix, a stopgap until someone found a way to remove it for good. That said, it did last 400 years, I suppose.
That's hard to even imagine.
But after those 400 years, the curse was supposed to have weakened, and the way to end it should have been passed down.
You mean by Mane?
I guess she never had the chance.
Maybe there's a chance she did pass something on to Yuza?
Maybe, but if she didn't, that would mean that I have to be the sacrifice again.
Whoa, Sato, no, that's not how it's going to do it.
That has to be the reason I'm immortal.
Sato.
I never should have woken up. Everyone here took me in even though I didn't remember a thing. I didn't want to lose all the that warmth, so I kept quiet. I'm so sorry. But if it comes to it, I'll take responsibility. I'll be the sacrifice again.
No, Sato! Don't talk like that! You already protected us for 400 years! There's more than enough! I refuse to let you go through that again! There has to be a reason that you woke up now! You weren't needed to seal the curse anymore, I know it! She's right! We'll find a way to keep you safe through this, Sato. Damn! That hit in the feels.
I got a bit overwhelmed back there. Both Suyu and Tsukasa both told me that there was no need for me to be the sacrifice. Still, I can't help but feel I have to do something. Of course, if there's anything I can do to avoid being sacrificed, I'll do it. Kameshimaru's still in his usual spot. It's really reassuring to see him. I've already pitch black outside. It's quiet. Too quiet. It's putting me on edge.
Can I actually use like an item or something?
That bronze mirror definitely was something I owned a really long time ago. I never imagined it held the power strong enough to suppress a curse though. But even offering it up didn't fully get rid of the curse of the raging waves, which means there must be some other connection that wasn't meant. The real key to ending the curse has to be tied to do something or someone related to Mare. Hopefully Suyu will be able to tell the others more about that. That said, it's possible Ukakudono already had the exact same information.
Oops.
After talking with Suyu, we put the bronze mirror back in the shrine. With the curse so unstable right now, moving it away from the shrine seemed like a bad idea. Suyu said she plans to tell Yuza and the zombie the same thing she told me, and if that leads to anything new, they'd let us know. Earlier today, I got a creepy call demanding I turn myself in. They said if I didn't comply, an assassin with a curse would start killing people. I didn't go. And sure enough, later in the evening, I was struck out of nowhere by some invisible slash and killed. Whoever did it was probably testing whether I'd really come back to life while also showing off their power all in one go. And it worked perfectly. The island went into panic with people both terrified of me for not dying and the one who attacked me. It really was an assassin mixed in among the locals that used to curse at all. We're in serious trouble. A curse that can kill someone instantly from a distance. That's not just dangerous, it's terrifying. None of the curses I've ever known worked like that. They were never that convenient nor all-powerful. They say when you curse someone, you're cursing yourself as well. Using a curse always comes with risk or with strict conditions. To target me so precisely in that exact moment and place from somewhere I couldn't even see? It must have been something really specific conditions to pull it off. Should try and recall the curse slash that hit me and see if there's anything else I can remember. The attack. It was brutal. I changed clothes and the wound's gone now, but I can't stop the cold sweat. My body still remembers the pain. But I'm the only one who can get to the bottom of this curse. I need to think back. Remember exactly what happened when I was cursed. There has to be some kind of clue. What was there on your side? Anything at all before I was struck? Wait. That's right. Just before I was slashed, I saw something reflected in the hand mirror. A mysterious shadow. If I remember correctly, it looked like a warrior in armor carrying a sword. Wait a second. Could it be? Was that the curse of the head guy I heard about yesterday?
Aha! past recollection chapter, Yume Koshiki Kamashima investigation.
A curse that delivers a single hatred-fueled strike from a sword. And its shadow was already there before I was hit, which means if I could spot that armored warrior's shadow again, it would mean the assassin using the curse should be nearby. Damn it. I should have asked more questions yesterday. That cursed shadow. It showed up in the mirror, but when I turned around there was nothing there. Does that mean maybe it's only visible in mirrors? If that's true, I might be able to use this Kamashima hand mirror to spot the shadow before the curse strikes. I could go looking for it with the mirror. Maybe I should practice a bit. Okay, here goes. Yeah, looks like I can use this mirror to search for things behind me. Let's do a little practice first. Let me try reflecting Kamashimaru's flag in the mirror. Once I can see his reflection, I'll take a closer look at the hand mirror.
Like that?
Ah, there you are, Kamashimaru. Okay, this works.
Maybe using a mirror isn't the important thing, but rather not looking at it directly. That's a fan. That's a shrine. Should also reflect a bit more on what I needed about Unkakudono. Seems that Mr. Wakamura still hasn't figured out who the assassin is either. Whoever they are blending in with the locals and triggering the curse with ease. As far as I know, only a psychic with a powerful spirit sense could use a curse like that. Is really someone like that on this island? The killing definitely won't stop with just attack on me. Even the man on the phone was ranting about killing everyone off one by one. But at least for the moment it seems pretty quiet outside. Still, there's no telling when it'll start. If that caller really can wield a curse, maybe turning them down wasn't the smartest move. Then again, there's no way I was just going to hand myself over. And like Shotaro said, there's also a chance the caller was working for Unkakudono.
Okay, if I cast this out with the mirror before anything happens, then maybe I can find the assassin right as they're about to use the curse. Wait, one problem. If anyone on the island sees me now, it'll just cause more panic. I'll have to stay hidden while I move around.
The phone's quiet now, let's hope it stays that way.
I guess for now, I just need to do whatever I can. If I can find that armored shadow again, maybe I can at least deal with that curse. I'll have to try and avoid places with lots of people around, though.
Okay, before then, I'm gonna save. And what happens if I press the story chart? Do you wish to return to the story chart? Any incomplete chapters must be restarted from the beginning. So I have to continue this one regardless. See. The major locations that's going to have a lot of people is Torii Gate, Town Clock, Chuo Street, I believe the Jetty. So let's try over by the bay first.
This area seems pretty empty. Time to take a look around while I have a chance. Okay, let's take a look around.
Aha!
What the? It's there! I saw it! As I thought, I can't see anything directly, but it was right there, right by those rocks. Which means the assassin should be nearby. Wait, didn't Suya say she was meeting Yuza and Azami here? I should look around quickly before anyone shows up. Huh? Who's that? Damn it, they took off! Wait! Damn it, I lost him! Oh, someone as out of shape as me never had a chance to catch up. I don't even really know if they went this way. This is hopeless. Damn, I'm completely out of breath. I didn't think this far ahead. What did I think I was going to do if I actually found someone? Anyway, running around in the dark isn't going to get me anywhere. But I did see that shadow again, along with someone suspicious nearby. Taking off like that the second I saw them was just about the most obviously suspicious thing that they could have done. That pretty much confirms there is an assassin using the curse to attack people on the islands, just like the phone call caller told it. But even that's the case, is there anything I can do to stop it?
Threatened.
I mean, I'm not exactly built to fight. I'm pretty sure I lose to just about anyone. I can't do this alone. I have to find someone to help me. But who can I even ask at a time like this? Wait, hang on! Wasn't Suyu supposed to be meeting Yuza and a zombie down by the bay? Oh, please, no! I gotta get back and warn her now! I can't breathe. So, out of shape. I'm here. Barely. No. No! Suyu, wake up! Was I too late? No, this isn't happening. Wait, what about Yuza and the zombie? Weren't they supposed to be in here? There are footsteps. Maybe they ran to get help already? Suyu! No, this is the same wound as mine. It's hopeless. She would have died in an instant. There's nothing anyone can do. I'm so sorry. I'll come back though. I'll make sure you're properly laid to rest.
After that, Sato returned to the island city center, which had turned into a living nightmare. Countless others have already fallen victim to the curse. Bloody bodies lay scattered across the ground. People fled in panic, screaming and confused. Some turned on to others, shouting wild accusations. Others broke down, wailing in helpless hysteria. Many clung to lifeless loved ones, crying in despair. In the midst of the chaos, not a single person paid Sato any mind. Sato Shiranami wandered through the devastation, overcome with guilt. If she had only done more, maybe this tragedy could have been prevented.
If I had just listened. If I had just done what that damn phone caller had told me, none of this would have happened. This is all my fault. So because I dared to hope, I hoped that I could keep on living. This is all wrong. I was never supposed to be here. It's all wrong. This body, my life, maybe it's better if it just ends. I'll surrender to the assassin right now. If that stops any more people from getting hurt.
There's a pool of flesh, but someone must have collapsed here too.
Ms. Wakamura, where did you...
Sato! Where's Tsukasa? Tell me where Tsukasa Awo is right now!
Huh? Tsukasa? What Tsukasa?
Can't believe I missed it. I figured Uncle Kodono had a couple secret kids stashed somewhere. But Tsukasa Awo, she was one all along! You lot been keeping it secret from the start!
Huh? What? What are you talking about?
That goddamn assassin's gotta be working for Uka Kodono, so it has to be her. Where is she? Gotta get my hands on her and put an end to this mess. Stop wasting time and talk!
I think she's down by the Southern Bay.
The bay, got it.
That was close. I've got to find Tsukasa before he does and warn her. If she really is hiding, I bet she'll be at the Hantakisho ruins. No time to waste. Someone's here. What the hell? Sato?
Sato, Yuza just...
Both of you need to get out of here. It's dangerous here. Hurry! But what about Yuza? There's no time. Just go!
Whoa! Oh! So this is where the timeline would actually end. The tragedy of Kamashima. Mysterious has continued to occur amongst the island residents. It's not long before the same tragedy befalls Yuza. Azami and the others are left helpless and overwhelmed by grief. I feel like this will definitely be very important to do, but first we're gonna do this one real quick. Damn it! What the hell is going on? What the fuck happened to you, Yuza? How could you just die like that out of nowhere? You managed to live through the disaster 5 years ago just to die like this? And still the whole island turned on you, blamed your mom for everything. They rejected you even when you said you wanted to become an ama diver. What the hell did you do to ever deserve that? But you never once complained, just kept going like it was nothing. You did everything right. Someone like you deserves so much better. You deserve to be happy, damn it! I've done anything to make that happen. And yet I couldn't do a damn thing. I'm sorry. I'm so damn sorry, Yuza. This shouldn't have been the way for you to go. How could you gods think this is fair? How?
Hey, Tsukasa? Sorry, I know this is a terrible time, but there's something important I need to tell you.
Yeah, go ahead. Any birds? Bird. There aren't many people around here, so it's not like a chaos in town. It's so quiet here, it almost feels like the whole nightmare earlier was just a dream. If only that were true. Should leave him be for now. Yeah. Stars. I booked the star.
Compared to how shaken Azami is, Tsukasa seems rather calm given the situation. She's probably wondering why I'm staying so composed right now, too. Try to stay calm and listen, okay? I spoke to Mr. Wakamura earlier. Apparently, this Gudono person might actually be your father.
Huh? Wait, what? Wait, are you serious? You're saying my pa Yamashina is Ukadono? Wait.
That's what he said. Not sure if it's true or not.
Whoa. Yoshihasu Yamashima is fucking... Oh my god, that dude be fucking. That dude be really fucking. That dude fucked a maid to have his young lass. Huh? Okay.
That's what he said. Not sure if it's true or not. But Mr. Wakamura's already made up his mind. He's convinced that makes you the assassin. If he finds you, who knows what he'll do?
Huh? That's crazy talk. Me an assassin? Come on, that makes no sense.
I know. I don't believe it either. That's why we need to find the real assassin as soon as possible.
Yeah, but easier said than done. Sato, Suryu's gone and so is Yuza.
Yeah, I never thought it would come to this.
I'm scared. What are we supposed to do now?
I didn't manage to find out any more about the Curse of the Raging Waves, but right now we have to find the assassin. Earlier down by the way, I saw the cursed shadow again, as well as someone running away. Wait, the shadow! Sorry, I need to check something curse related real quick.
The curse? Oh, right. Earlier, Girl, why you look so fishy?
What is it? Are you trying to remember something? I know, I can check with the hand mirror to make sure that the shadow isn't nearby.
Tsukasa.
Don't see anything out of the ordinary here.
Ah, damn it! What was it? I can't remember!
Don't scare me like that. Tsukasa, what's the matter?
I guess the shock has made me forget. Right before it happened, Yuza realized something important, but I'm blanking on it now.
Huh? Something important?
Yeah, Yuza said he figured out the condition that the curse needed to affect someone. Swear he said something about people being marked by something, but I can't really remember. He was just about to say who the culprit was too, and then, well, that happened to him.
Marked?
I can't remember. Just thinking about that moment makes me sick.
Oh no, Tsukasa, it's okay. Don't force yourself to remember.
I won't, but still, I do remember one thing he said. He thought that the curse could only target women from the island, but now that he was targeted...
Oh. Hold on a second. I think I see what he's getting at.
Sato, did you figure something out?
Could the curse be using this as a marker?
What would we be using as a marker? I think I actually need to go back to the story chart then. Because I don't know what you would be using specifically, so I guess we gotta do this one real quick. Here we go. The Wakamura residence is just up the slope after you head through the alley. It's a bit of a maze though. Want me to show you? Ah, so it was that way. Thank you. We should be fine by ourselves, I think. Got it. Take care then. Ma'am? Is something the matter? No, it's nothing. I'll tell you later. She was pink. She was pink. Ah, something's going on. She has some sort of eye sensory thingamajig. Look at this fucking face. Well, let me get this straight. You're with the police. And you expect me to warn everyone on the island that a huge storm is on its way and get them ready to face it? That is in a nutshell. I'm so glad you understand. This about the curse of the raging waves? Way ahead of you there. I've been warning him for ages. Well, now, you know about the curse. Can it be a certain sorcerer acquaintance of yours told you about it? That's right. Unlike you phony psychics who crawl out of the woodwork every other week, my instructor's the real deal. In that case, I expect this instructor also knows how the curse can be lifted? No, hasn't got that far yet, but it's not for lack of trying. Why? You saying you know a way to break it? Oh, I meant to say that as, Wakamura. Unfortunately, no. We've yet to determine the exact method for bringing it to an end. We are not without the means to do so, but first we require a map concealed in a mummified mermaid. Might you know of it? A mummified mermaid? What are you on about? This some kind of ruse? I knew there was something fishy about you. What are you really after? Go on, out with it! I assure you, we wish only to lift the curse plaguing Kamashima. Would you be prepared to assist us in our efforts? Bah, I like a story. Trying to pull one over at old Wakamura, are we? Better you have tried. Well, how's this? I'm not telling you another word. We're done here, understand? I don't have time to listen to this hogwash anyhow. I've got business to attend to on the mainland, so off with you. Leave me in peace. Well, that is a shame. But I suppose there's nothing we can do. In any case, please do contact us if you learn anything that might be of use. Not very cooperative, is he? I don't see why he's so suspicious. He had his hackles up from the first. Perhaps he's so accustomed to dealing with rough customers that he can't believe anyone would be sincere. However, he does seem to be interested in breaking the curse of the raging waves as we are. True, and this sorcerer of his must have some psychic ability, if they were able to perceive the curse. Wish I thought to ask their name. Oh, I think I have an idea of who it might be. It's a small world, this industry. Oh, really? Mr. Kamashima called them a big shot who appeared on television, and I recognize their mark on the implements of the Wild Kimura's room. It must be Suiga and Gamiodo. Gamiodo? Never heard of him. No, they used to make frequent appearances on occult programs, though they always hid their face on camera. Sorry, it's not ringing any bells. Well, lately they seem to be raking in as a fortune as a cooperative consultant for hire. Their prowess have a reputation for being accurate and potent, and their popularity has grown to the point where they can easily name their price. If they're that good, maybe we should let them take care of the curse of the raging waves for us. Perhaps I should mention, Gamiodo's popularity has reached such heights only very recently. Up until last year, they had a very poor reputation among others in the industry. In fact, as I recall, on the list of the noble psychics kept by the Paranormal Affairs Bureau, they were given the lowest rank. In other words, they were put on the same level as Sham mediums riding at the waves of the occult boom. Huh, I had forgotten about that list. While their sudden rise to fame and fortune after changing up their business at the end of last year is certainly suspicious, I am more concerned about the possibility that they are using a harmful curse to suit the needs of the higher bidder. Regardless, I'm not sure why I would trust them to handle this affair on their own. You never know, maybe they just had a change of heart and started training seriously. Even so, I highly doubt they would have time in their busy schedule to venture out here and solve this case in our stead. Oh, I got everybody's profile characters. Suigen Gamyodo. Mysterious sorcerer adults said to possess exceptional supernatural abilities. They have revealed nothing of their true identity. Both their age and gender are unknown. Let's see. And take a sip. Suigen Gamyodo was previously most known for their prominent media presence with numerous appearances both on television and in magazines. Wearing an unusual outfit that covered their face, they would demonstrate a variety of psychic abilities, including exorcism of possessed individuals, assessment of submitted ghost photographs, identification of guiding spirits, and conduction of telepathic reading in haunted locations. Their unique sense of presence and high rate of accuracy garnered them as a sizable following, particularly among occult enthusiasts, as they were known to accept consultations from the general public as well as media outlets. However, the end of the previous year saw this once public figure suddenly withdraw from the spotlight. They now mainly operate behind closed doors, signing consulting agreements with particular companies to provide a variety of services, including management advice from a metaphysical perspective, divination of auspicious and harmful events, proposals to improve their clients' luck, and the detection and elimination of paranormal disturbances. It is rumored that they will even cast curses on key personnel at rival companies, or conversely exercise curses from the targeted victims for the right price. The undeniable potency of their spiritual abilities has earned them immense trust from both the executives of their contracted companies and other wealthy individuals, and their behind-the-scenes reputation continues to grow. This has resulted in a sharp rise in their consulting fees, placing their services far beyond what any average individual can reasonably hope to afford. One of the companies that they currently have a contract with belongs to Shinobu Wakamura, a local Kamashima magnate. Among psychics, opinion of them is more divided. Many have noted that their spiritual ability during the time they were openly active in the media was too weak to allow them to perform advanced techniques of any sort, to the extent that they were considered little better than a fraud, leading to suspicions about what prompted their sudden change in course. It is now almost impossible to find footage and articles from their past media appearances, and the names of the companies with which they have consulting contracts are entirely undisclosed, obfuscating their identity, purpose, and their true extent of their power. You're the girl who showed us earlier the way. Good thing I caught you. Mind if we have a word?
Actually, I'd rather not.
I'm afraid you don't really have a choice, because I already know that you're an 800-year immortal.
What are you talking about?
Don't even bother. That shocked look has already given you away. Besides, you have nothing to fear. Your secret's safe with me. Come on, let's talk this somewhere more private. That might how she actually remembered some additional information and stuff. Okay. So, in short, when you came to, you've been washed up on the shore of the bay, Wakamura took you in, and that's as far as back as your memories go. You don't remember anything about your life before that, not even why you became immortal?
No, except I'm pretty sure I was forced to eat mermaid's flesh by someone.
But you don't know who, when, or why?
No.
So you've only recently woken up and you have no idea where you were or what you were doing before then?
Pretty much. I get the feeling I was in kind of a deep sleep at the bottom of the sea for a few hundred years. But I've got no clue why or how or what led up to it.
Interesting. Well, how about we go over the facts one by one, just to make sure we're on the same page.
Okay.
This is the southwestern coast of the island. We all got it ourselves right now. Soda has been researching his ways in which spirit sense affects the human brain, so I'm sure he must be curious what effects longevity has on the minds of a psyches of 800-year immortals. Wow, she is legitimately pink. This girl, she calls herself Sato Shiranami. I wonder if she made that up. Either way, I doubt we find her in the civil registry, though that shouldn't affect her life too much while she's living on Kamashima. I wonder if Akamura knows about her immortality. He seems to be her guardian. If he does know and he's let slip to Yamashima about it, that could be a problem. It's just one thing after another. What are we to do about her? Now, am I right in thinking you didn't eat mermaid flesh and go straight to sleep? You were up and about for a few years in between, at least?
I think so.
What interests me is the fact that you were already familiar with the term 800-year immortal. It's not a wickedly known concept. You must have been in the unique position to acquire knowledge of it before you went to sleep.
Yeah, I have a vague memory of being told that's what we were called. But I don't know when that happened or where, let alone who it was.
Maybe you'll remember in more detail if we touch on some other topics. I guess we'll just have to go by process of elimination. Work our way down list till we get a hit. If her readiness to give us directions earlier is anything to go by, she seems to know the island quite well. Just hope she's alright. It appears she has a lot of gaps in her memory. Having never encountered an 800-year immortal before, I must confess I am bursting with questions. How does such a lifespan impact the structure of their brains and memories? It would be fascinating to find out.
By the way, I was wondering, how did you know I was an 800-year immortal?
Oh, that. These eyes of mine have what you might call a special ability.
A special ability?
If I looked hard enough at someone, I can tell whether they're an ordinary human or an immortal. It's like you have a different colored aura around you.
Really?
Not only that, but it turns out, with a bit of focus, even immortals can tell each other apart. Is that so?
Oh, I just meant you look the same as anyone else to me.
I'm not an immortal myself, you know.
Really? I thought for sure you must be since you seem to know so much about all this.
That's interesting.
Is there a reason for all these questions?
Well, not to sound intensive, but I'm sure it can't be easy for you going about without any memories and all. But I was hoping you might know something that could be use to us. Given your history, there's a chance you possess information otherwise lost to time.
Maybe, but I'm not sure how much help I'll be. I remember so little.
Okay, same dialogue. Now I'm gonna have to go with the one in the middle. Talk about reason for visiting. Come to think of it, I'd say it's about time we introduced ourselves. I'll admit we don't exactly look the part, but the truth is...
You were with the police? Wow, I never would have guessed there was a paranormal affairs department. Honestly, I thought all psychics in the age were frauds. At least that's the impression I got from watching TV.
To be fair, the majority of them are, but for the record, our department is officially approved by the government.
Really, huh? Back in my time, psychics were treated as onmyoji and even held official positions in the Bureau of Onmyo, a public institution.
Oh, you seem to know a lot more about that. Were you involved somehow?
Huh? Oh. I explained all that without even thinking. It just came naturally to me. Honestly, I'm as surprised as you are. I guess this means it must have had something to do with the Bureau of Onmyo.
And it seems your memories aren't lost after all. All we have to do is find a way to trigger them. The Bureau of Onmyo. The Bureau of Onmyo was once the government offices under the Ritsuyuro system, existing from the Asuka period through the early Meiji era. Based on the practice of Onmyodo, it generally oversaw such matters as astronomical observations, the creation of calendars, and management of time systems, and the divination of auspicious or harmful events. However, it is also said that it occasionally invoked powers beyond human, understanding to handle the banishment and cleansing the disasters of impurities. The Onmyoji afflicted with the Bureau were not merely diviners. They were also bureaucrats, albeit ones possessing advanced training in mathematics and knowledge of astronomy. In some eras, their influence was even great enough to sway the very course of the nation, and their presence in the imperial court was highly valued. Spiritual practitioners in the service of the state were also formally inducted as onmyoji, operating under the banner of the Bureau. The current treatment of spiritual phenomenon as non-existent largely stems from the abolishment of the Bureau of Onmyo during the Meiji Restoration, in line with Japan taking on the principles of science and technology as a new framework for the nation. Over time, state involvement in spiritual matters gradually came to be seen as taboo. However, psychics continued their work to maintain public order behind the scenes, passing this torch down through successive generations until the establishment of the New Police Act in the latter half of the Showa period, whereupon their work eventually came to form the foundation of the Paranormal Affairs Bureau. Nito Burrito.
So anyway, what are a couple of paranormal affairs officials doing in Kamashima?
Working on a case, of course. What else? Our job is to restore the incidents caused by curses and paranormal phenomena, and whenever possible, prevent them from occurring. It's up to us to solve the greatest mysteries and do whatever it takes to keep the peace, which is usually a lot.
Wait, does that mean something happened here?
You don't know, huh?
No, what?
Sounds like we better fill you in a bit first. We were working several cases right now, but I'd say only 2 of them are a priority.
2?
Mind you, we know about the first one for quite some time. The Curse of the Raging Waves. We've come to lift it before it unleashes a huge storm of the southern sea of Kamishima.
The Curse of the Raging Waves?
That's right. Ever heard of it?
No, never.
That's to be expected. I imagine the islanders aren't too fond of discussing the disaster. Anyhow, that situation is ongoing. As for the other priority case...
Right, you mentioned there were 2.
We actually only learned about this one after we arrived on the island today, but... Protocol dictates that we have to deal with any 800-year immortals we find.
What do you mean, deal with?
It's not all that difficult to understand. To begin with, 800 years of mortals shouldn't exist in this world, and if their existence were to become public knowledge, it would lead to an outbreak of trouble of every kind. Heck, some people are already looking to gain immortality for themselves at any cost.
What?
For the sake of maintaining public order, it's vital that the world remains convinced immortality is just a myth. However... Stop, Risotto! Halt!
Can't you just let me go?
Calm down, will you? I hadn't finished. What I was going to say was, I've got no intention of doing anything with you, so don't worry.
Wait, really?
Surprise? But you should know better than anyone why that would be. You might be an 800-year immortal, but your time's nearly up. These eyes never lie. Satoshi Shiranami, for the first time in centuries, you're standing on death's door. In a matter of a few days, you'll be gone from this world, am I right?
Yes, it's exactly as you say. I think I've only got 2 days left now.
Just 2 more, huh? So you knew this was coming, but you chose to make a life for yourself on the island even so?
Yeah. I've known all along, from the moment I woke up.
Well, now you know why I'm prepared to turn a blind eye. In just 48 hours, give or take, you'll fade away, and that will be that. Of course, you would have to swear to keep your identity a secret to the last. But provided you can keep your word, you're free to go.
I can, and I will. Thank you.
Don't thank me yet. There's another matter I'll be needing your help with, if I'm to leave you be.
Another matter?
For starters, only 2 days of her 800-year lifespan remain. She knows it, and yet she's perfectly calm since she's accepting her face. If so, I suppose there's no harm in letting her go about her business as usual. I'd like to take a blame for her if I can't help it. So in other words, people that actually have this red around her means they're not only immortal, but also their time is up. But first, before I forget.
Yes?
Keep our meeting today a secret and don't let on to anyone that you know about the curse of the raging waves.
Okay.
People will get suspicious otherwise. Even if Akamura tells you about it, be sure to act surprised. I figure that shouldn't be too difficult for you. You're an experienced secret keeper after all.
I don't know about that, but I'll do my best.
Right now, we're looking for a way to lift the curse of the raging waves. But that's Soto's area of expertise, so I'll leave the explanation to him. Right. This concerns 11 passed down in my family, the Kiryu clan, over generations. Oh, I should mention, this is something I've pieced together from various sources, so it may not be entirely accurate.
Right.
Long ago, southern Kamashima, there was an island called Taishima. It is said that 400 years ago, it was bested by an earthquake and a tsunami, an event so catastrophic that the island sunk to the sea floor.
Taishima.
However, the truth of the matter is that it was invaded and laid to waste. Then, in an aftermath, the islanders' intense hatred collapsed into the curse of the raging waves, which manifested as a tremendous storm.
I see.
400 years ago, this would have been towards the end of the Sengoku period, correct? Yes, ma'am. The Honjo-ji incident in which Oda Nobunaga ended his life took place in 1582, if you'll recall. Following this event, one of the many ancestors, an accomplished Onmyoji by the name of Hagakure Tsuchi Mikoto, sacrificed a young woman, one of the survivors of the Taishima, in order to seal away the source of the curse of the raging waves.
And Onmyoji? Harugahage Tsuchi Mikoto.
Wouldn't that make your ancestor a direct descendant of Abe no Senmei? Sounds to me like you share a bloodline with the Onmyoji elite. Yes and no. While Harukage's powers were potent, he was never affiliated with the Bureau of Onmyo. In fact, he shunned his illustrious surname early on and left the government service, preferred to uphold peace as a civilian. So he was an eccentric and an elite. Gotcha. Harukage's seal was not permanent, however. It would only endure for 4 centuries.
Wait, you mean...
Yeah, that was the last year of peace. Actually, the seal's already broken.
Is that really bad?
For now, the curse appears to be inert, but the storm could strike at any moment.
Okay, so you need to find a way to seal the curse again, is that it?
Not seal it, break it. We're here to put an end to the curse for good. Shouldn't be too difficult, it's bound to have weakened a bit after 400 years. Indeed, that seems to have been Harukage's plan, for legends tells. Now you left behind instructions detailing how the curse could be lifted after 400 years had elapsed. However, the map that would have led us to the instructions have been lost.
Oh no.
Seems they were once concealed inside a model of a mummified mermaid. Yet over time this fact was forgotten, and at some point in my family's history, the object in question was sold to a foreign buyer.
But if you don't have the map, then what are you gonna do?
Well, we were hoping to find some clue as to the map's whereabouts here on Kamashima, but we have no luck so far, and I reckon we hit a dead end.
I see.
Apparently, Wakamura has been trying to find a way to end the curse of the Raging Waves himself. He told us he already warned the islanders about the impending danger and refused to have anything more to do with us.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
I just don't have the end of it, but this is one job I can't afford to foist on anyone else, not entirely anyway. Apparently, Wakamura has been trying to find a way to end the curse of the Raging Waves himself. He told us he already warned the islanders about the impending danger. Okay, yeah, no, that's the same dialogue. So, 800 years. Nope.
Oh! Actually, talking about the Beer of Omio brought back another memory. I'm pretty sure it was an Omiyoji who put me to sleep using some kind of spell to keep me in a state between life and death.
Really? So someone intentionally put you to sleep under the sea? There must have been a good reason for it. From what point are your memories clearest, would you say?
Well, I guess about 3 months ago when the spell keeping me in the state under the sea wore off.
From when you woke up, then. I see. I know that look. Did you notice something? Not exactly. It simply occurred to me that if her state of, shall we say, suspended animation was lifted while she was in the sea depths, would she not have drowned and resurrected several times over?
Oh, yeah, I did. It was hell. I woke up under the sea unable to breathe, drowned, and came back over and over again. It was horrible, and I still remember it. Every last second.
Jeez, I'm sorry. Oh, you had to go through that.
The instant I came back, I'd swim as hard as I could trying to reach the surface. But even so, I think it took me about 3 days to reach the shore. I lost count of how many times I died down there. Then finally, I came into Kamashima Bay. Mr. Wakamura found me and took me in. And I've been living here peacefully ever since. No one's ever suspected I'm immortal.
You sure about that? Are you? No one else knows?
Huh? Yeah, I think so?
Anyhow, I guess that settles the issue of how far back your memories go again. If your lifespan is nearly at the end, that must mean you consumed the flesh of a mermaid exactly 800 years ago. Of course, you already knew that, didn't you? Not that you've been forthcoming about it.
Sorry,
Don't apologize. That just proves you know how to hold your tongue, a valuable skill when you've got a secret to keep. Mind you, this fact does not put matters in a near new light. Say, Sado, what events took place 800 years ago? Let's see. 8 centuries ago from the present day. That would place us midway through the 1180s, when the Heian period was coming to an end. Right around when the Genpei War took place.
Of course, the Heike!
Exactly! Don't you think there might be a connection? Alright, next question. You wouldn't happen to know much about the Heike, would you?
The Heike? Why you ask?
This actually pertains to one of the other cases we're working on, but we've got reason to believe that someone out there is using the Curse of the Heke to commit murder.
The Curse of the Heke?
Did you hear about the skeletal remains that turned up near here? It was all over the news.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Well, we suspect the Curse of the Heke may be involved. And seeing as you were alive 800 years ago, I was hoping you might know something about the Heke that could help us. If we're right in thinking that you had ties to the Barrow of Onmyo, the timing matches up perfectly.
I might have known once, but nothing's come to me at the moment.
Really? Shoot. On that note, I too have noticed a potential correlation. There is a legend that tells that how Taira no Tadamori was present with the flesh of a mermaid at Betsuo. Perhaps that was the flesh of the Sato consumed to gain her immortality? Actually, I'm pretty familiar with that legend myself. And those so-called mermaids that were caught at Betsuo definitely weren't the kind that could make anyone immortal. Oh, is that so? But if you ask me, Sato here couldn't have become immortal by eating mermaid flesh. Without the use of a relic called the Tame Tobacco. Now, does that ring any bells?
Huh? Wait, mermaid flesh in the Tame Tobacco?
Oh, have you remembered something?
Yes, that's it! It was one of the Heke. A man wearing a suit of armor. We were on a boat, and he had the Tame Tobacco there. Was a mermaid flesh inside. He wanted me to eat some of it.
A warrior in armor. Could it be... Oh, sounds like you had ties to the Heke as well. And this man, he was the one who made you eat mermaid flesh?
Yes, I remember now.
What was his name? Do you remember that too?
I think it was Tomo something. Tomo Shige? That's it! The man's name was Taira no Tomoshige.
Taira no Tomoshige? That was the name of one of the Taira no Yorimori sons. And Yorimori himself was the son of Tadamori's official wife. So you're telling me that Tadamori's grandson forced Sato to eat mermaid flesh? What do we know about this Taira no Tomoshige anyways? Not much. Aside from the fact that he was part of the clan's main lineage, history has not seen fit to record his deeds, whatever they may have been. Well, you may not have been one of the clan's famous warriors, but to think you actually knew one of the Heke. You mentioned you were in a boat. Do you recall anything else?
I think we were being chased.
I do not wonder of that. At the end of the Heian period, that Heke were being pursued by the full might of the Genji's forces.
I was struck by an arrow and I fell into the sea and drowned. But by that time, I had already become immortal. Later, I must have resurrected and washed up somewhere along the coast, and I guess that's how I escaped.
What about Tomoshige? Did he eat some of the mermaid flesh too?
I'm not sure. I don't remember that part, but I don't think I encountered him again after that.
If you'll remember, ma'am, that cursed echo I witnessed earlier held the famed blade Nukimaru. Perhaps Tomoshige inherited the blade from Yorimori when wielded it with the intent to avenge his clan. After all, future generations would surely have held a memorial service for a warrior of renown like Yorimori, setting his spirit to rest. Tomoshige, on the other hand, is unlikely to have received the same treatment. If so, his hatred may have persisted long after his death. Creating the Curse of the Heke, it's a distinct possibility.
This curse sounds terrifying.
I have to say, I wasn't expecting a connection here. You know, Sato, it's starting to sound like you're involved in all these incidents that have gone down in these parts over the centuries.
Not by choice. Anyway, I get the feeling this Taira no Tomoshige wasn't a very nice guy. And this curse of his sounds even nastier. Could it really still be active after all this time?
It certainly looks that way. The Heke's resentment is awfully persistent, I hear.
You don't think he could have held a grudge against me, do you?
Who knows? That would depend on your relationship with him back then.
Oh, man.
However, it appears someone is actively wielding the Curse of the Heke at present. Therefore, the targets of the curse would be decided by this individual, whoever they may be.
Another unknown, huh?
Curse of the Tomoshige, a curse born by Taira no Tomoshige's feelings of malice and resentment that lingered after the fall of the Taira clan. It kills an individual who meets conditions by cleaving them in two. Taira no Shige. Taishima, Hirishima Taro, Tamatoko, Tairo no Tadamori. Let's see.
Yep. Done.
Let's see. Nukimaru, the mermaid Betsuo. Invasion of Taishima, Komosute Sadamune, Three Mermaids. Cookie Sumitaka, Princess Hatsune. Hayase, erasing all traces of existence. Two mermaids and the islanders. Somikawa, relic. Tsuchimikoto Harukage. Bronze mirror, wooden accessories. Figuring out the origin of the curse is all well and good, but it doesn't help us solve the case. We need to track down the person who's actually using it, or it'll keep happening. Indeed.
Hope you find them soon.
Apparently, Wakamura's been trying to find a way to curse the raging waves to those of the islanders. Okay, that one still probably has some information. What about 800-year immortals? Not immortal yourself? Damn. By the way, you wouldn't happen to be concealing anything else, would you?
Huh? No,
It's fine. I'll not pry. Just so long as you answer my questions. Now, there's something I'd like you to try and remember for me.
Me, but...
Humor me. Doesn't the story behind the Curse of the Raging Waves ring any bells?
Why should it?
The girl who was sacrificed in order to seal away the Curse of the Raging Waves 4 centuries ago. Might that not have been you, Sato Shiranami?
What?
You said yourself that it was an Omiyoji who put you in that state of deep slumber on the sea floor. Does it not seem highly probable that you were the sacrifice who held back the curse for the past 400 years?
Oh man, You're right! That was me!
I knew it!
I'm sorry. I can't... No more! I can't do this anymore!
What's the matter with you? Get a hold of yourself! Is it that painful to remember? We didn't come here to ask you to sacrifice yourself again if that's what you're worried about. All those years under the sea can't have been easy on her, you know. She wasn't really asleep. Her brain would still have been active. Moreover, there is a limit to how many memories the human brain can hold. I would estimate the maximum capacity to be about 100 years worth. Are you saying she remembers being in that state under the sea? In a sense. I presume her memory is filled with stretches of utter darkness, her view of the sea depths. Any memories from before that time have likely been pushed deep into her subconsciousness. Then maybe they're not gone for good. There's a chance she'll remember more. We just need to find the right trigger.
Sorry, I didn't mean to freak out on you like that. Took me a sec to get over the shock.
Well, it seems my theory about you being the sacrifice was right on the money. But it doesn't look like you'll be able to tell us too much about the past after all.
Guess not. I wish I could have been more helpful.
Hey, she's actually been pretty helpful so far.
But, does this mean the seal broke because I woke up?
We cannot be certain of that. Perhaps it was the other way around. The seal may have broken of its own accord, releasing you from your slumber. Either way, it's not your fault. Don't you go blaming yourself for any of this.
Still, if I hadn't...
Listen, your sacrifice kept the curse at bay for 4 whole centuries. That's half of your extended lifespan. No one could ask more of that than that. The rest is up to Soto. Isn't that right? Yes, but I'm counting on your help as well, ma'am. So any chance you remembered something about the Curse of the Raging Waves? Did that Omioji Harukage Tsuchimikoto happen to tell you how it could be lifted?
I'm sorry. All that's come back to me is the fact that I was sacrificed. I don't remember the Yomiuchi at all, what kind of person he was or anything. The most I can remember is that I think he said something about the curse being lifted after 400 years.
That's all, huh? Well, to be sure to let us know if you remember anything else that could help us break the curse.
I will. Oh, there's something else I'd like to ask you.
Be my guest.
How exactly do you deal with 800-year immortals?
You sure you want to know?
Huh?
Since it's not going to happen to you, there's no reason for you to think about it.
I thought it would be something like taking away their immortality.
Unfortunately, that's downright impossible. Because your original body is long gone, you know.
But then, what else can you do?
You tell her, Soto. Must I always be the one to handle these unpleasant topics? Besides, I see no problem in explaining something that she already painfully familiar with.
What do you mean?
Among the arts we psychics wield as a spell can place even an immortal into a state of apparent death. Once that is done, they can simply be sealed in an underground vault for the rest of their days.
Wait, you mean it's the same thing that happened to me?
Essentially, yes, except that in your case, it was for the purpose of making you a sacrifice. And you woke up before your lifespan came to an end.
Yikes.
Mind you, neither I nor Soto have ever actually done this to anyone, though I did hear a rumor that someone was dealt with that way a few decades back. Well, that's awkward as fuck. Of course, there have been 800 years of mortals who sought ways to become mortal again in the past. But they all failed. Even if they managed to track down the mermaid who gave them their immortality, it was no good. And that's why the more than a few immortals have ended up living on out their long lives in religious seclusion. Speaking of immortals, there's something else I had to ask you.
Yes?
Now, I'm not certain about this, but I get the feeling that there's another 800-year immortal on Kamashima right now.
What?
Any idea who it might be?
No, I don't have a clue.
Are you sure about that? Huh? Because if there is another immortal here, I'll find them eventually, you know, even if I have to scour the island from end to end. Doesn't that change your answer?
No, I really don't know who it could be.
Alright, if you say so. I guess this means I'll have to search the island after all, as if I didn't have enough to deal with. Well, I'd say that's about covers everything. We've talked your ear off long enough. It must be confusing all this talk of the past. Well, no trouble you any further.
Right. Thank you.
Still, give it a bit of time and something else might come back to you. If it does, please let us know. We'll be visiting the island again real soon, so you should have a chance.
Will do. I'll be going then.
So, now what? She's given us much to ponder. To think we'd encounter a living witness. I never have dreamed it possible. Sure, it was fascinating, but I can't say it did us much good as far as our investigation is concerned. Besides, she's still hiding something, that one. You think so too, ma'am? I do. In fact, I bet on it. She might even be up to something. But our primary objective here is to lift the curse of the raging waves. We don't need to start digging into anything else without good reason. On that note, do you really intend to search the island for this 800-year immortal? Yeah, I figured we might as well look into that too while we're here. Understood. Oh, hi, storyteller! My apologies for the interruption, but there is an important matter I wish to discuss with you. Now then, I believe you have just been privy to quite the interesting development. As Yumiko Shiki would tell it, Sato Shiranami is not the only 800-year immortal here on Kamishima. And so I would pose you a question. There is indeed one more individual on Kamishima who has made a miraculous return from the dead. You are born witness to the death and revival of this individual only once, but that you have an undeniable fact. With this in mind, allow me to ask, who is the other 800-year immortal on Kamishima? Please tell me their name. I feel like it's going to be Yuza Minakuchi. I think it might be Yuza. I'm gonna go ahead and just type it out because I feel like that's what happens. Because 5 years ago, he died. He actually said that he drowned in the water when he was actually doing some stuff. He was actually with his parents at the time on the boat, and I feel like this is the name that actually is. I feel like it's Yuza Minakuchi, because he's the only survivor from the attack 5 years ago. He actually went and ended up on shore again with the mirror. Something happened on the shore, and Yuza actually could not figure out what. But then it actually showed up on the seafloor, similar to what Sato dealt with. I feel like it's Yuza Minakuchi, and I'm putting it there. Correct! The answer is Yuza Minakuchi! To think you got it in one go, you're quite the observant one. Every time Yuza ran out of oxygen while diving, he suffocated to death in the ocean depths. In your case, you only witnessed this once, when he encountered the Tomokuzuki. It would normally be highly unusual for someone to reach a dive rank of 18 on their first outing. Such a feat would be difficult indeed unless one was unburdened by the fear of failure or the fear of death. If it was this knowledge of his own immortality that led to him displaying such an uncanny degree of confidence. As you may have suspected, Yuza Minakuchi became an 800-year immortal 5 years ago when he was saved by a mermaid. In truth, help arrived too late that fateful day, and it became the first time he lost his life. I wonder what light this new information will cast on events going forward. With that, please enjoy the continuation of this tale. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where I'm going to fucking stop. That is where I'm going to stop for this playthrough. I'm going to actually continue on another time, but that is where I'm going to stop because 1, I have work in about 2.5 hours, and 2, I need something to eat. But either way, I'm going to stop the recording here, and I'll see you guys next time for YouTube, but for those on Twitch, stick around.